What's up? What's going on, everybody? Turn my music down. Can y'all hear me all right? Can y'all hear me all right? Everybody, happy Sunday. What's going on? Thank you for tuning in to your boy. I'm going to drop the link here in a few minutes. We just chilling on Sunday night, y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all see the banner down there? God bless my boy with his on his birthday. You know, we're gonna bring him up in just a few minutes. We're gonna salute the chat. How are y'all? How y'all doing? How is everybody? What's going on? Hope y'all are paying to chat, have some fun. I'm gonna turn this music down just a tad bit. So, can y'all hear me all right? Yes, Lionel. You already know. You already know. You already know. We're gonna salute this chat here, man. And as y'all are, thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We got the lovely Just Jay, the algorithm in the house. He's in the building. We got the lovely Gisela. Hey, Gisela, how you doing, love? And we got Bestie here, Thriving Glow with Joe. And you heard what she said. Thank all of y'all for coming by and supporting me tonight. And your support is much appreciated. Shout out to you, Joe. Shout out, shout out, shout out. And of course, we got my little bro, Lionel Suggs. What's going on, bro? Salute, 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 salute. And all you ghost watchers and haters. There's the our attorney, Kevin Corporan, one of my day one bros. Salute to you, bro. Thank you for coming in. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. Everybody coming in, man. Y'all come on in. We got a treat for y'all tonight. I wanted to do this for my brother, show him how much I appreciate him being a content creator that's different, a content creator that's much needed, a content creator that gives you some different aspects of life other than a lot of BS that we see online, right? And what other way than to bless my brother and give him some exposure? Or he don't need exposure, but what I'm saying is, you know, he just to show him we appreciate him by just having him come up on the platform, man. And y'all bless him, bless his cash out. Donations, gifts. Get your cash out. PayPal. I got my Dr. Umar going on. But we're gonna bring him up, man. But what I'm gonna do, man. Hey, Queen to Queen. Hey, love. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We're gonna bring him up, man. Without further ado, we got the birthday man in the house waiting to come up, and we're gonna bring him up right now. What's up, bro? That music right
there. Made me want to drop a bar, bro.
I know.
Damn.
I knew you was gonna like that one.
Man.
What's going on, bro?
Man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you know where you know the beat is dropping and you give that ugly like you got the boo boo look,
like you getting ready to take a dump. That's that funk. That's that funk.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
Hey, salute. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all go and bless my boy with a cash app. You know what I'm saying? Y'all bless. This is
Donations, gifts. Hey, I had no idea that my boy SPK was going to do this, man. But I appreciate this a whole lot, man. I really do.
Hey, man.
I really do.
The pleasure's all mine. From brother to brother, content creator to content creator, we want to show you how much we appreciate you, bro. And so, y'all bless my boy. Bless my boy on his Cash App. Bless my boy. You see it?
Hit the Cash App.
Hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. So how was the play today?
Hey, Lionel already cutting up in the chat. He told my man, I hope that's not West Coast music in the background. Now it's Dirty South, my homie. It sure the hell ain't anime music.
It ain't anime. No anime at all, bro. No anime at all. So how was your birthday, man? So how's your day? How's your birthday?
Oh man, my birthday yesterday was phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Mrs. Urban, she treated me very, very well for my birthday, as a wife should. Also, my subscribers, as well as the community, treat me very, very well for my birthday. So I appreciate all that, man. I really do.
Hey man, God, like I said, God bless my boy's Cash App. You know what I mean? Bless my boy's Cash App. Now I followed you yesterday on that looked like a very, very, very nice. I was talking to Thrive and Glow with Joe, talking to Joe before the show, and she was familiar with the place you went to. That was let me turn this music down just a little bit. That place that you were at, that was a nice looking place. Y'all go and sub up to my boy Urban, and y'all check out his last live, man. That looked like a fire type, setting. What was that place called?
The place called Cafe Nubia. It is located in Dallas. It's kind of like borderline between Dallas, Carrollton, and Addison, Texas. All right, it's like dead right there in the center. So the place is really nice, man. They have live music from 7:00 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Then after that's when they start DJing for the rest of the night. It's actually a restaurant / lounge too. So. Gotcha. Got really nice food there too, man. I had me some goddamn oxtail there, bro. That man, woo,
was it good?
Yeah.
What did Miss Urban have?
Man, she got her traditional wings like we always do. No matter where we go, right? She always get wings, man. So, but she ate them wings. She like them wings was better than any wings she'd ever had in her life. I like, damn, okay.
So oxtails was all right then, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Oh, shout out to my boy Steady Grinding. One of my other day ones. Shout out to my boy Steady Grinding. Salute to you, bro. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to my little brother, Zamorn Gorilla. He said, "Happy birthday, bro." And what Lionel says, this dude's 61 years old now.
I don't know. Hey, I don't know why Lionel keep getting my birthday wrong. I'm 80 years old, but I'm just like any other black person where we just age well. You know what I'm saying? So we're like fine wine, man. So
look at Joe. He's taking it all serious, man. Wow, 61, you look great for 61. What the
hell? I'm like fine wine, man. Shoot. Man, the older we get, the better looking we look, man. Shoot.
Hey. The older the berry, the sweeter the juice, like Chris Rock says. The older the berry, the sweeter.
Yeah.
So, right, man, do you really actually feel your age, or do you feel like you have a lot of, you know what I mean? You don't feel your age, or we're not going to ask your age, but you feel your age?
Well, I guarantee do feel my age. Most definitely, physically, yeah. So one thing I learned after when I hit the 30-year-old mark was that I really, really had to start taking care of my body. I couldn't do the stuff that I used to when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? So most definitely, I feel it. I definitely feel it. Now, mentally and spiritually, I feel that I'm way, way, way more wiser than how I was when I was younger. So yeah.
So you're gonna have to change up. So are you thinking about changing up some things in lifestyle or what, or eating habits or healthy habits? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. After when I turned 30, I did have to change my eating habits a lot because when you're younger, you could eat all that fast food, you can eat all that nasty McDonald's and stuff, and it's really not going to affect you as much. You know what I'm saying? But after 30, yeah, you're gonna feel every bit of that for real. So I have to want to change my eating habits up, everything, man. So I eat a certain way. Even right now to this day, I eat a certain way.
Oh yeah. So we gotta watch out, man. Gotta watch out. Hey DR, salute to you, love.
Hey
salute
DR,
happy solar return, Urban.
Hey.
So anyway, man, I've been wanting to interview you for a while, but this is not. Don't think this is going to be the only interview we're going to do. But I've been wanting to have you on the panel for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, I took the opportunity, and y'all hit my boy's cash app. Hit my boy's cash app. There it is down there. Hit my boy's cash app. But
Joe, thank you so much for the cash app. Thank you, appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Joe. But the thing about it is, man, you don't get content creators like this anymore. Everybody wants to be in the same sector doing a lot of effort, you know what I mean? And so what I like, what's going on, Jimbo? He says happy birthday, Urban, for sure.
Hey, appreciate it. Before you start real quick, bro. Hey, I seen everybody post on my community wall tell me happy birthday. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Y'all go, if you haven't already, excuse me, go and subscribe to my boy, Urban Lounge Podcast. He tries to put out content just about every day, but man, if you want some fiery topics, if you want an exciting chat, if y'all like my chat, you know what I'm saying? That dude there, he has some fiery subjects, you know what I'm saying, that needs to be talked about. Whether you agree with it or not, whether you agree with me or not, you know what I'm saying? Some subjects need to be talked about. So that's the place to go. Urban Lounge Podcast. So y'all go and check him out. But yeah, I took the opportunity to want you on the panel, bro, because I wanted to let everybody know why I love being a part of the podcast, your podcast, because you have a different way of thinking, but also you're giving people, you're just different. You know what I mean? Just like I feel like I'm different. I feel like it's just he's different. Thrive and Glow with Joe, Small Gorilla, all us got Lionel. We all connect because we're all different. You know what I'm saying? But I want you to tell us how you got started into being a content creator. How did you get started, and why did you get started in being a content creator?
Yeah, absolutely, man. That is a great question. My journey to content creation started off how a lot of people's journey starts. It starts off based on what you've been through life. At that particular time, man, my very first content, I was dealing with going through a divorce in my first marriage. You know what I'm saying? So I needed some type of outlet, you know what I'm saying, where I could express how the way I was feeling, because I felt that I wasn't the only one who was alone who was dealing with this, right? Yeah. So one day I just seen people on YouTube posting videos about everyday life. I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and do that. So I was originally using my content, my channel, as just to try to be therapeutic for me, to help me through this transition. So, brother won't be end up going crazy and doing some weird stuff, you know what I mean? So that's the God honest truth, how I started my channel in the beginning. Then from there, it just kind of evolved into what it is today.
So basically, it was an outlet. It was an outlet for you to release a lot of maybe, pent up emotion, a lot of folks say, aggression, maybe. I guess that's a strong word, but it was just an outlet for you, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Every day. Yeah. So when you started doing that, when did you say, hey, I'm gonna start taking this serious?
Probably right around 2020, 2021 is when I really just started kicking into full gear, because I started realizing that a lot of people was giving me feedback about it. They're like, bro, man, maybe you need to take this on content creation really serious and start, really doing things to improve your channel. So I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I go ahead and do it. Now, here's another humble beginning as well too. Prior before me going on YouTube, I was actually on Facebook. On Facebook, I had over like 60. No, I had over 6,000 followers on Facebook.
Oh wow!
So I was already doing this particular message on Facebook. Had my own channel and everything over there, doing this message on Facebook. But it was people who's on Facebook that end up convincing me to go to YouTube.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Then I start going on YouTube. Then my original day ones, right? They was like, you know what? Hey, you need to just go and start taking this serious. Forget Facebook, because the stuff that you're talking about on Facebook, they're gonna flag you every single time, which they were. I was talking about some simple stuff. It wasn't that bad, but hey, Mark Zuckerberg and them, they flagged me every single time.
So like, yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, because I was, even back then, I was talking about some controversial stuff, So I was talking about some wild stuff back there, but yeah, they kept flagging my channel. So I was like, you know what? Let me go on this. Come on over here to YouTube. Came on over here. That's where I really started taking it serious.
Right.
Around about 2021.
Right. Well,
Jimbo, appreciate you, bro.
So Lionel says he misses MySpace.
MySpace was lit, Lionel. Forget you, bro.
But what have you learned so far being a content creator over on YouTube, bro? What are some of the things you've learned? The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Man, I done learned a whole lot, man. I done learned about the true concept of content creation. I done learned that it ain't just about, just turning on your camera and speaking, but it's more to it. You know what I'm saying? I learned that it's a business side to content creation. I learned about marketing, your channel very well on YouTube. And also I learned that you have to kind of discern the type of people who you want to network with, because in the beginning, I didn't know that. In the beginning, I didn't know nothing about beefing or anything like that until I got on YouTube and started networking, with certain people and stuff,
Right.
So I learned a lot, man. I learned a whole lot.
Yeah, man. Your story sounds like similar to mine. It's just like whenever I was just a spectator. You know what I mean? Whenever I came out, Kwame Brown, right during the pandemic, he was popping. You know what I mean? He was viral, and I think a lot of us we met each other because of him. Because when he started his channel, a lot of people started breaking off and started doing their own thing. And then I got hooked up with some people, whatever, met some people, whatever. But I didn't understand the concept of content creation. You know what I mean? I was pushed into doing it. But at the same time, I didn't understand, like you were saying, about the beef and stuff and people not getting along with this people. I thought for some odd reason, I felt like YouTube was just different. But it's very much the same as Facebook, Instagram. You can have beef with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you're in a foxhole sometimes if you choose to be that way. You're in a foxhole, and you're in a foxhole with different cliques and gunfire. Just because you are connected with somebody, they're going to automatically think that you are connected with effery and a bunch of nonsense. And
get to association, bro. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And so I've had to mend a lot of fences, so to speak, with some people, because I didn't even know that who I was hanging around had so much beef. You know what I'm saying? So I remember one time, I was on a panel with people, whatever, and then I got tagged in a post. I got tagged in a post, and my name was, and I had alert thing in YouTube, and this dude was like, he was like calling out certain people that I was hanging with, and he's like, SBK, are you condoning this behavior? I'm like, wow. So to this, but I'm not gonna name the dude's name, but me and this dude is cool, you know what I mean? And he's, he comes into my chat, every time, but I had to mend some fences, hey man, I had to break away from that, and I had to do my own thing because I didn't want the stigma of being a beef content creator to be, hanging with me. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Also dope, great live.
OSD, what's up with it, bro?
He just went over 400 subscribers. Congratulations, also dope, another fantastic content creator. But I want to say publicly, I sent him messages or whatever. I want to say publicly, congratulations to my brother, Oh So Dope, for reaching that incredible milestone of 400 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? So, you are Steady Grinding is one of those guys that was Urban that was with me and E, and he knows what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So he's one of those day ones that was like, he knows what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But I seriously want your opinion. This is one of the questions I want to ask you, bro. I seriously want your opinion about content creation. And I'm fairly new. You know what I'm saying? You've been doing it for a while. Been doing it way longer than me. Why is it that some content creators are sticking to one type of content creation? And what I mean is, it's almost like a monkey see, monkey do type thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this person, so I'm gonna go after this person. I see a lot of things on YouTube that's like that, and it's a copycat mentality, and they're not being their own. Shout out to Also Dope. They're not being their own entity. They're not being their own person. Why is that?
Well, according to social media, they call it having a niche, right? So, what they recommend is that you pick a certain type of topic or a certain type of content where you're going to be interested in, and from there, it's going to motivate you to want to create more and more content based on that topic that you like or that content that you like. So, to answer your question, whenever people be a part of, talking about other people or doing different things like that, that's one of the easiest niche that you can do, because all you got to do is get in front of the camera. Well, hell, you only got to get in front of the camera to do that, to be honest. Right. All you got to do is get a StreamYard and just talk. That's it. You don't have to put no effort into promoting your channel. You don't have to put any effort into, equipment. You don't have to put in no effort to get the talking points. All you got to do is talk trash. That's it. Easy. Right. So people choose the easy way out. It's easy to do that. So that's why majority of people do it.
Hey, Alima, how you doing?
Oh, also in drama sales too. So
absolutely. And you saw what my brother Steady Grinding just said. He said, "Yeah, you were with me in the chat." You know what I mean? So you're very much right. It just seems like people don't have anything to say, so drama sells. So it's just the easy way to go about doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so I like to go by the beat of my own drum. You know what I mean? Guys like you and we have, I can talk about whatever, man. I can talk about sports. I can't wait till my sorry ass Cowboys get to, or our Cowboys get to. so we can talk about that, man. Talk about sorry ass Mike McCarthy and him being gone, and but a lot of people don't have that range. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like a monkey see, monkey do. And I said to myself, man, I am not going to be a content creator that's going to be beefing with people. You know what I mean? A lot of people, that's their niche. You know what I mean? Calling out certain things. I'm not going to hate on that. But me, man, I'm more of a conscious guy. I like to talk about what's going on in our community, what's going on with fitness, what's going on, trending topics. I like to get different perspectives on things. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I like tuning into your chat, because you give a whole lot of different perspectives on what's trending, and then you give real life experiences. what we go through on a daily basis and applying it to what people are seeing on social media. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So what advice could you give content creators, Urban, that are just new and starting out, or if they're already a content creator? What advice could you give them?
Oh man, I got a lot of advice I could give out, man.
The floor is yours. This is your show, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, man. Hey, first of all, the first advice I could give out to y'all is trust in the process. Meaning that if you're serious about being a content creator and you're doing the content right now, trust in the process. Don't try to jump on the bandwagon or trying to get things instantly done, you know what I'm saying, to get subscribers or different things like that. Develop yourself, develop your talking points, develop your content, you know what I'm saying, because one thing I do know based on psychology is that people will gravitate towards authenticity, you know what I'm saying, meaning that people will gravitate you being real, you being yourself. So it's a way that how you could be yourself, but also doesn't know what you're talking about, you know what I'm saying, you be yourself but still know what you're talking about. And so that's one advice that I could give you. And the reason why I tell people that is because that's what I do. There are a lot of things I know about, right? Because I go out and I research about it, or people would tell me about it, and I go out and research about it. Then I just put my own spin to it, you know. So that's one of the things too. The second thing too is be consistent as well too. Create a schedule for yourself. If you want to put out content once a week, then you need to be consistent on that schedule. That, hey, I'm gonna put out content once a week on this particular day, and stay consistent with that. Your subscribers, your day ones are going to appreciate that a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? So be consistent in what you do. The third thing is that I believe in coming up. You know what I'm saying? I believe that it's our responsibility as content creators to put ourselves out there, meaning that people need to know who you are. So cam up, also increase your equipment as well too. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do increase your equipment is like getting a better phone, man. You don't have to be like me, you know, but just getting a better phone where, you know, it could transmit properly with your show, where people will see who you are, you know what I'm saying? Or use a laptop, computer, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Invest into that. The next thing is start investing into being a business as well too. I guarantee you a lot of people out there, they don't even want to file their YouTube channel on their tax return like I do. So everything I get from YouTube, wherever it's my monetization, even cash apps and stuff, I file it with my tax return because I treat it as a business. Because if you start practicing that, then it's going to give you that rhythm. It's going to give you that repetition. So you can understand that, hey, this is a business and I have to be responsible for this said business. All right.
Absolutely.
So them the main things right there. The other stuff, you know what I'm saying, we could work them out as we go, like networking and, you know, all the other stuff.
What's the proper, speaking of networking, I got my boy Lionel I'm gonna bring him up in just a few minutes. Max,
hell no, don't bring him up. No,
I'm gonna bring him up. But here's my question about networking. What's the best way of networking in your opinion? What's the best way of networking? Because a lot of people, they network by who they hang with, as far as, like for me, for example, I met a lot of people by being in different chats. That's how I met people like Halima knows me as a content creator here the last few weeks, but I've known her because of her just me being in the chat and her being on panels, different panels, and her being, if you ever heard Halima speak, very intelligent young lady, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Steady grinding is one of those guys. The reason why he's following me right now, actually he is, I say he's a day one, because whenever I first started just commenting in chats, he was one of the guys I was interacting with in the chat in the early days, 2-3 years ago, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how I started like building a rapport with people or whatnot. And then, but I want your way of networking. What do you think is the best way? And just name off some other different ways of networking.
Yeah. So a lot of people like to network based on similarity, meaning that they'll network based on similar interests. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that, but that's me personally. That's not my personal way of networking. I go and try to network people who don't have my common interests at all. Like say for example, my content, I talk a lot about modern day women. My content could be considered as like red pill manosphere content as well too. So I go and network with people who don't even know what that is. I network with people like with men and women who are, you know, part of feminism, who part of the feminist movement. I network with them. I network with people, you know, just all over. You know, that's what I personally do, because I believe that the more you network with people who actually not only have similar interests but have different interests as well too, right? And they bring that all together, it's going to make your content better, because they're going to have pushback on it. They're going to have a disagreement on it, and on top of that, eventually they're probably going to start putting out content against you and stuff. So I strategize. So
absolutely.
Then of course there'll be other people that agree with me right there. You know, they'll invite me on their panels and they'll put out positive content. You know, so that's what I do personally. So.
I mean, I personally don't see anything wrong. I think I call it healthy dialogue. Me and we call it healthy banter. But a lot of people, they run from disagreements from another. If you got a opinion and someone else disagrees with your opinion, and you kind of, you know, somewhat, I say use the word battle it out. You know what I mean? But a lot of people don't like to be pushed back on that. Me, man, I love pushback. So because I'm going to stand on my truth, and I'm going to explain to you the best way I can of why I believe what I believe. And so I don't have a problem with going back and forth with you if you have questions with me. And I totally agree with you. I don't see it's nothing wrong with that. What's up with it, little bro?
Lionel, what's up with it, bro? Salute.
Evening, Walt.
What you got on it?
I'm just listening right now.
You ain't got nothing to say?
Hey man, say this this Negro came on the show, man. Hey, Lionel, say you had your chance last week, bro. You had your chance last week. He interviewed you last week. Now you trying to come over here and take over my show. Damn it. What the hell's wrong with you? No, I'll mess with you though, little bro. We good. We good, bro.
What you got aboard? Hey, by the way, before I let Lionel speak, y'all hit my boy's cash out. Bless my boy DJ
Gifts, donations.
I want to thank Sweet Rita. We got a lot of. I know we got some folks from Urban Lounge family over here, man. Y'all go and bless my boy with the cash app. This is his day. We celebrate his birthday today. So y'all go bless him. I like what Halima says. Be authentic. Number one, be authentic. 2, be consistent. 3, cam up and increase equipment. That's one thing about me, man. I mean, whenever I invest in business. Absolutely. I want to go ahead.
No, I'll disagree with her. I agree with it, because all of that is great common practice for real. It is.
I want to say shout out to Thrive and Glow with Joe, because I really did not take. Well, I looked at it as a business, but not. I had tunnel vision on it. Joe was like, "Bestie, you need to invest in your business, get better equipment. You need to file these things on your taxes. You need to do, you know." And she helped me get things in line with my channel. You know what I mean? And so once you get monetized and so forth and so on, you need to look at those things. You need to start doing it. And so that's what I've started doing. So a lot of people, you know, me, I think I told it when we did our show with Tap In. It was like when E and I first started doing shows together, it was like taboo not to cam up. You know what I mean? I'm like, I want to show my ugly mug, man. Shit, why can't I cam up? I don't have any issues with anybody. You know what I mean? No, you know, I don't have any issues where people are going to dox me or or whatever. I don't care nothing about that because I don't have any beef. But it was like taboo not to cam up. I'm like, man, I just want to be myself. You know what I mean? I can't. I feel like that me not camming up, I can't authentically connect with my audience the way I should. You know what I'm saying? I want people to put a face to the content. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree with you on that. You know what I mean? I totally agree with you on that. And so people just need to be different, need to be authentic. You know what I'm saying? And so, what's up, Lionel? You got something to say, bro? Speaking of being different, I want you guys to go and sub up to my bro Lionel Suggs, and they're gonna put your link in the chat. My daughter right now is getting ready to get that part 2 of the book and part 3. She loves the first one. If y'all are looking at me on Instagram, I posted it. This dude here is a wonderful author, anime, just a a very brilliant content creator, man. I'm not just saying that because I'm being biased, but you guys, we need to start supporting guys like this, young men like this that have visions for our young people. You know what I mean? And he's a good example to our young people to be creative. You know what I mean? We don't have a lot of young black men like himself that have a mind for the business when it comes to anime and art. So we need to support this young man, and y'all go and support his channel. Go subscribe to his channel. Y'all go subscribe to my boy Lionel Suggs. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. That's to add on to that, man. Well, when I met Lionel, man, I seen greatness in this dude for real, man. There where we start talking on the back end and having conversations and everything, man. This dude here, see y'all just don't know. I know, man. Y'all only know what Lionel's presented to y'all, on social media. But man, Lionel, man, this dude is really phenomenal. He is a very phenomenal young man, for real. He is, man. And I am so thankful and blessed that I actually met this dude for real. That we are linked up the way that we do, man. This dude here, he's brilliant. He also hold me accountable for sure. He do that to me. He get on me all the time about content and everything. He like, bro, you all right? Also, he'll check on. He checked on me like that week when I was sick. He like, bro, man, you just need to chill out for a little bit, man. Just chill, man. Get well. And he'll check on me. He'll like, hey, how you feeling, bro? Are you good? Sure. Is Mrs. Zerby taking care of you? I'm like, yeah, she took care of me, bro. That's how the way he is, his character, bro. And man, I appreciate people like Lionel, you know what I'm saying, where they just real, you know what I'm saying, they're real genuine, man. You could tell he's a real genuine dude, for real, man. So I appreciate him, you know what I mean? Appreciate him being part of the lounge and everything, man. So, he also, just like I call me 6 man over here, he's like the 6 man over there on the lounge for me, you know what I'm saying? More so of a co-host as well, too, man. Because, he be lit over there, man. He had the chat lit. If I'm not saying some triggering stuff, guaranteed Lionel's gonna be saying some stuff for real.
For sure. I second all of that. Dude, he hits me up on the back end, hey, what do you think about this? Dude is brilliant, man. Some of the ideas that he comes up with, and then don't think, Lionel, that some of the ideas that you hit me up on the back end, I showed my daughter, I'm like, you see this? She's like, whoa. And I'm like, dude is brilliant, man. You know what I mean? We need more men like that. I feel like if he succeeds and he keeps going and keeps pushing himself, and we keep pushing him, he's going to influence some people, and they'll do like him. You know what I mean? A lot of young black men like him. He's just a brilliant guy, man. I was sitting here blowing you up, bro, but and you ain't. Hey, Urban. I'm kind of.
We gotta hold him. We gotta hold him accountable. We gotta hold him accountable, bro. That's what it is.
It's all good. I was saying though.
Hey, Sweet Rita says book sense, but no common sense, Lionel.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Oh my my God, they already on your ass.
It's okay. Okay.
He really is. He's a horrible chat troll, but he's a great person with real conversation.
Hey, Joe, Hey, Joe, which one is worse? Me and Lionel? Well, actually, both of us, because we both be trolling the chat. I ain't lying. We really do, man.
Both y'all
we be on it.
Man, Lionel starts off from the very get-go. Whenever you first, if you're late, talk about accountability. Woo! You hear that? It's just E. I know you. It's just E is listening from the bushes. I know that fool's gonna hold you accountable. So, and by the way, if I start my show on time, and if we don't start our show on time, then whose fault is it, ladies and gentlemen? So that's also, I see early in the chat that people were saying that you was late.
He was not late at all, period. We was on time. We just hit the one start button a little late, but we been here. We was here on the back end the whole entire time talking, waiting on y'all late to pull up in the chat.
Already. Oh, Lionel, because you are married, so I'll let you make it. Because you are married, so I'll let you make it. I think she meant because you're not married.
I guess she mean me, because Lionel ain't married.
Oh, she talking to you.
Yeah, she talking about me, not Lionel. Lionel ain't married.
Sweet Rita said both of y'all the same.
Hey, bro, why people in the chat trying to get you married though, man? That's crazy work.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Urban. This dude here, I'm all BS aside. This dude here, I think will be a phenomenal husband to somebody. I really do. All BS aside, because if you look at his values as a man, if you look at his talking points as a man, I think he'd be a great husband to somebody. That's my opinion.
Thank you.
A great husband, man, and a phenomenal father as well too, man.
Absolutely.
Let's listen how the way he how he deal with his sister and his brothers and siblings, man, even his mother. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to bring out, because we did him and I did a show together, and I interviewed him. And just the way that he spoke of how he was taking care of his brother and sister, that alone, you know what I mean? And, he's just, I don't mean to be all mushy and stuff there, bro, but he got a lot of love to give to some young lady out there. Or we just need to get him away from the girls from the street corner. That's all. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, now I was hearing him talk about that, man. I like my brother, man. He put in some crazy work. I like, well, shit, it's Lionel, so.
So Joe said, I said Lionel is worse than you, Urban. I said you are married, Urban, so I'll let you make it. Okay, I got you.
So that's why they're trying to get you married, bro. They're trying to get you married so they could put up with you. I guess that's the science behind it. I don't know.
So there's a method behind their madness.
Yeah.
They trying to make me a beta. I get it.
Beta.
I get it.
Jesus said Lionel already said he's getting the robot. Dion said, wait a minute. Lionel's going to be a lonely cat, man. Oh, my God. Y'all are crazy.
Oh, man. Hey, SBK, we was talking on the back end about Dr. Umar, man, about the situation with him and his daughter, man. So since SBK let me kind of sort of take over the show a little bit, let's kind of want to chime in on that, man, about Dr. Umar and his daughter. First of all, before we get into our talking points, because we know we finna make y'all mad as hell tonight. How do y'all feel about what's going on with Dr. Umar and his daughter?
Hey, y'all heard about it. Yeah, y'all go ahead. Y'all heard Urban. First of all, give us some context, Urban. I'm gonna let you take it away. Give us some context of what happened, so that way they can comment and they know what's going on.
All right, so long story short, Dr. Umar's daughter had posted on her TikTok page that her one father was a deadbeat father. She originally started out by saying that she wasn't there to clout his name, but she wanted to get in contact with her father because she was trying to find out about her other siblings. You know what I'm saying? So it went from there to this dude being a deadbeat father and all kind of crazy stuff. So, yeah.
So this led to her constantly going on social media, just making posts and making videos about it. So my thing is, if you're trying to find out about other siblings, you're trying to find out things, get in contact with your father, why do you have to go publicly with it? You got his number. I'm sure you have other ways of contact to contact him, other ways to contact him. So my big question, and y'all go and look at Urban's last two lives. Why is it that you have to make a big spectacle to create videos about it? That's my whole thing. You know what I mean? DR said he called her and her mama Smurfs.
He called himself a Smurf too. He said Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf, and Papa Smurf.
Why not reach out personally? He definitely. That's my whole thing. You know what I mean? So I like what you pointed out, Urban, in both of your lives. It's all for clout, bro. You know what I mean? It's all for clout and for attention. You know what I mean? And so many people hate this dude for what he says. For one, they hate him for the schools that haven't been built yet. You know?
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's just like Allah, the great Kevin Samuels, when that guy died. It was you brought this out as well. So many women, they were so glad that this dude died that it was just horrendous. You know what I mean? So I just think it's just this young lady just is just looking for attention and looking for clout. You know what I mean? And so many people have jumped on the bandwagon. That one lady that you post, Urban, that one lady you post that was like basically saying, I was waiting for this day to happen. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for this day to happen and you being exposed or whatever. What does that have to do with him being a father? You know what I mean? Y'all don't know the intricate details that that are in place on that. Y'all don't know the inside. Y'all don't know whether or not he was a good father or not. Social media is available. Social media. Do people understand that social media? If you have access to a phone, I remember when, and Joe can attest to this. I remember when my daughter's mom passed away, right? And I had my daughter full time when she was 9 years old. When she was 9 years old, guys, she got a phone. She was already accessing Facebook and stuff. She was activating her Facebook account, activating all kinds of accounts. You know what I'm saying? So I said all that to say this. People have access to social media and they can get in front of the camera and you can be all you can be. You know what I mean? And there doesn't have to be a lick of truth to what you're saying. If you're a famous person or if you're connected to a famous person, if you're related to a famous person and you say something about said famous person, then you're going to go viral. And that is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, Lisa J. Stocks. How you doing, love? Thank you for tuning in.
It's a jerk.
So, what's going on? What's going on, Bron? What's going on, bro? Another day. DR said, y'all, he said, he lightweight, kind of honest, let's be real, even though what he's saying is true, just don't like his method. A lot of people don't like his approach, you know what I'm saying? Urban, and I'm gonna give you, Lionel, the floor too. what do you think about his approach? What do you think about his method? What do you think about him as a man, as a content creator, whatever? What do you think about it?
So I let Lionel cook first if you want to go. If not, then I'll definitely go.
Go ahead, Lionel.
Go ahead first.
All right. So now, I agree with a lot of people point of view about Dr. Umar. You know, for us to school and different things like that. That man, at this point, it seems like it's a low key con because he's still haven't completed the school. He's still saying that there's certain work that need to be done at the school. People barely see evidence behind it.
Where's he going to be? Oh, I hate to cut you off. Where's he going to be at? And has he even started?
He said it's in Wilton, Delaware, or something like that. That's why he be advertising that all the time.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
But even then, you know, said he keeps saying this, right, and he's showing very little evidence. You know, he'll do like a video every now and then, say, "Hey, there's this building right here. We don't know if that building is the actual school or not." But he just alleged saying that, "Hey, this is the school. This is what we're working on." And so a lot of people been questioning that. You know, saying there have been a lot of people that donated to him and everything for the cause because they believe in the cause. They believe in the things that he talking about. So I can understand people feeling that way, you know what I'm saying, where they invested to a person and they're not seeing the evidence, they're not seeing the results, they're not seeing the school finally open, they're not seeing him being a teacher, principal, or whatever the case may be, right? They're not seeing students, you know, in uniforms or anything like that. So I get them on there. I feel them on there because I feel the same exact way. But however, dealing with him being a father and dealing with the situation with his daughter, they don't have nothing to do with the school. Just like I pointed out on my shows, right? It's funny that when you listen to the people who disagree with him, right, the first thing they go to is talking about the school. Yeah, I never believed he was a great father anyway because the school, like what the hell the school have anything to do with him by being a deadbeat father or not? It don't have nothing to do with that, period. It don't. You know what I'm saying? If he's a deadbeat father, it don't have nothing to do about the school. That is him as a man. You know what I'm saying? So I was noticing that a lot of people, including beta male men and modern day women, let's keep it real, was jumping on this bandwagon. A lot of them were. And so that's why I pointed that out. Like, man, y'all just don't know the things that people go through, with preferably men go through with dealing with, you know, children and they baby mamas, man. So I'll let y'all talk for a few, you know, a little bit longer. Then we'll get into that as well too, man. We'll talk about the baby mama and all that good old stuff, man. The stuff that we go through, the child support, all this stuff.
Salute to you, Speak. Salute to you, bro. And before you chime in, little bro, DR says he has received over $3 million from his supporters and not even a portable setup. And she also said, I agree that has both to do with him being a father. Yeah, shout out to Speak. Go ahead, Lionel. Go ahead, bro.
Did y'all see his daughter on Tommy Sotomayor's show?
What?
Yeah, she made an appearance on his Rumble show.
Oh, I didn't see that. Shoot.
Yeah,
Urban,
just
what happened?
Urban, I think that's what urban politicians was commenting about. I think you remember I was talking to you behind the scenes about him commenting about an hour or so ago. I think that's what he was talking. I think that's what Lionel was talking about. But go ahead, Lionel.
I mean, it'd be better for y'all to see it. But she was basically just loudmouth and ratchet. She was loudmouth and ratchet from the jump. And she pretty much was talking about how she wants to get paid, how she wants to have, since y'all using her name, she wants to be compensated for it.
Oh man, I got to react to that, bro. And you say that was on this Rumble? Hell yeah, we're gonna react to that one. That's it.
You see, Speak. You must have looked at it, bro. He said Tommy cooked her ass.
Oh, for real? Oh yeah, we're definitely reacting to that.
Hey, man,
yeah.
Hey, I'm dropping the link, man. Anybody wants to come up and chill with us while we celebrate my bro's birthday? Today is his day. This is his floor. He can talk about whatever he wants to talk about. I got my little bro Lionel up here. Y'all can join the panel. Y'all can ask Urban anything you want to ask him. You know what I'm saying? If you're a troll, he knows how to handle you too. I was in one of his. He was taking his daughter to one of her dance competitions, and a troll said something about him shutting up. And I wasn't paying attention. I was working. And I was listening to Urban, and Urban said, "You shut up." I'm like, where that come from? Oh my God!
Yeah, man. Say, hey, on that show, man, I had to check some niggas for real, man, and just let them know. See, my whole point I was making about that is that even when people troll, right, they act like that since they are hiding behind their phone. They can say whatever they want when they want. Granted, you got that First Amendment right, but you're going to get the smoke as well too. You know what I'm saying? By you saying what you want to say. So that particular case, he was separate talking about, well, I demand you don't want to answer my question since I sub up to you. I like, shit, I don't need your subscription. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? I like, you know what? Matter of fact, that's how you and a lot of other trolls be acting. Y'all acting like we working for you. Like, we supposed to do whatever you want us to do. I like, no, y'all not up here every single day putting out content like we are. Y'all not up here every single day dealing with different things that we deal with as being content creators. But you love being on the bandwagon talking your noise. So I like, man, the hell with you in your subscription. Like, so I don't care if you want to subscribe for it. I don't give a damn. That's you versus over a billion something people on this planet who can sub up to me. So fuck you, respectfully. But sometimes you gotta let them, man. You gotta let them. One thing I do agree with K Dot on some things is that sometimes you do have to pop out on people and let them know how it is, you know, respectfully.
All right,
so I'm
for sure. All right, Halima, thank you for coming through, Queen. Hope to see you soon. But go ahead, Lionel. Finish what you're saying. I'll speak. Come up, speak. Go ahead, Lionel.
In terms of Dr. Umar, I actually don't have an issue with him, simply because he's been scamming since 2014, and people been allowing it. People been falling for it. I mean, if his long con been working this long, what am I supposed to say?
So in other words, you're like, hey, if he's letting them, if they letting him scam or whatever, and they keep on giving him money by the boatload, you're like, oh well, that's on them.
That's on them. Like, at some point, you got to learn. It's right in your face.
But what do you think about his talking points, Lionel?
Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't.
What kind of points that you feel like he doesn't hit on?
So, like, when he went, the recent one that me and Urban had reacted to, the one with the Australian girl, he basically tried to make it sound like black men in total are victims of the system, that they can't prosper, that they can't move, that they can't be successful in a certain manner because the white man's always going to hold them back. And I disagree with that.
Gotcha.
I don't like anyone giving me a victim card.
Absolutely. Very good. I totally agree. I saw when you and Urban were reacted to that, and I was hoping that you were going to touch on that. And knowing Lionel like I know Lionel, I knew you was going to touch on that. That's the reason why I asked about the what you felt like what you didn't agree with. And yes, I refuse to be a victim. You know what I mean? That's what I like about when you two y'all link up in y'all's chat and y'all talk to these Negroes about having a victim mentality. F that, man. You know what I mean? If I want something, I'm going to take what I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take what I want, and ain't nobody going to stop me from doing it. And it's very important that people have, and y'all listen to me in the chat, it's very important that you have people of like-minded faith around you to help hold you accountable. You know what I'm saying? Just like Lionel and Urban. Urban has been saying it for, since the beginning. Even before 2025, about holding each other accountable, the year of accountability. You know what I mean? hold yourself accountable. Have people around you that's going to tell you, hey, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? You don't listen to this victimhood type crap. You know what I mean? You can do whatever you want to do. You're just as good. I tell my daughter all the time, you're just as smart as anybody else. You know what I mean? It might take you longer to figure things out, but you're just as worth smart as anybody in that school. So I'm glad you pointed that out. So go ahead, Urban. What you got to add there, bro?
Oh no, I agree with everything that both of y'all said, man. Y'all cooking, man. Y'all cooking a phenomenal steak tonight, man. Well done, or medium, however y'all like it.
What else, Lionel? What else did you find out about? I need to look at that too, and I can't wait for you to comment on this, Urban. What else that you remember? Anything else that he was talking about? Speak. Come on up, bro. You said that. You said that whatchamacallit, Tommy Sotomayor cooked her ass. So you come on up, bro.
When it comes to actually that part of the show, there wasn't even much to really go on. Like, again, you'd have to react to it, but it was pretty much her being loudmouth and ratchet. She's, early 20s. She feels like he has to expose him. She's outright telling on herself on the show and talking about basically in every way possible she wants clout.
Basically proving our point about her being a clout chaser.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's why on my show I was pointing out, even on her social media channel on TikTok, prior before her talking about her father, right? She wasn't putting out no, thought-provoking videos. She wasn't, putting out content. As she said, she was talking about being an advocate. She wasn't putting out no advocacy content or nothing like that. All she was doing was putting out how-to videos, mukbang videos, and that was it. That was it. And she was getting views. That's the part that I don't understand, is that she was getting views on this video. So why was that not good enough? Well, never mind. She's a woman. Never mind. I asked my own question.
You asked your own question.
She's a woman. You know how women are, man.
What kind of views did she get?
Hey, man. Y'all know how women are, man. You could give them the world. You give them the universe. They'll say, shoot, that's still not enough. I know how it is. But now she was getting like views. She was getting like about 400 or 500 views on one video, or 500 or 600 on another video, man. And I mean, it was consistent, but it wasn't like no thousands or or even up to like almost 110,000, 100,000, or views like she getting now.
Right.
But
this is a question right here for both of y'all. DR says, very sad. Where are mama at? At one point, go ahead.
For that question, Dr. Umar has literally been putting her mama there in the conversation. But there's a lot of people, mainly women, but there are some betas that have been also questioning that, saying, why does he keep bringing the mama into this? Why does he keep bringing the mama into this? But yet here you go with DR asking where her mama at. He's been trying to put the mama into this, but he's getting so much pushback and like, no, don't worry about the mama. This is about you and your daughter. Keep it on that.
That's what they've been saying. Yep, absolutely.
But the thing about it is where is the mama? Why is the mama not saying anything? Is the mama involved in her efforting? Possibly.
It would be a strong possibility, because like check this out, on my own show I was pointing out to y'all that they have a legal agreement. I call it NDA, but they have a legal agreement that's put in place. I believe that this is what's happening with their mom. The moment when they went to as Umar called it, family court, right? Umar had put within that documentation that, hey, she cannot go public about this information. If she go public about this information, then she's not going to get what she desires. She's not going to get child support, and on top of that, she's going to get sued due to him being a public figure. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that's the reason why mom never said nothing. Because look, let's look back in the track record, because this mom could have said something at any given time, but she didn't. She never did. Umar been around for what, almost like 10 years, probably longer than that, you know what I'm saying? But you never heard anything about the child's mom, period. She never went on any socials or anything, said anything about this dude. She could have, but she didn't. But the reason why, like I say, they end up signing an agreement where she can't say nothing. So notice how the way this happened. Right after the daughter ended up becoming a legal age, that's when all this stuff started happening. That's when the daughter started speaking it.
How old is she?
Asked it.
How old is she?
22. 22. Yeah, so she's 22. So after she became 22, that's when all of a sudden she wants to start exposing her dad. This is why, because her mom had that agreement. That's why even right now, her mom is not saying nothing. Because she knows.
DR says now the mama needs to say something. And she says, did the mama keep her from him? And that's my thing. What do you know about that, y'all fellas? Did the mama keep her from him? Is there anything on that? I haven't heard anything.
For us, what Umar was saying, right? Umar was saying that the mom was keeping him from the daughter, and she was just on getting child support, you know. That's based on what he said. Now, I don't know for sure if that's the case, but we as men, we know how vindictive women can be, especially when they don't get what they want, you know what I'm saying, out of that man. I also want to point this out too, is that Dr. Umar had to be held accountable because he's the one who decided to procreate with this woman, you know what I'm saying. But at the same time, what would happen is that women would leverage their children against that man, you know what I mean? Especially if they're mad at them and they're being vindictive. So they'll take their child and leverage that. They'll literally paint this false story saying that, hey, your father's a deadbeat father, he did this and do that. Knowing good and well your father's giving child support and everything. Knowing good and well the father being reaching out to the child, you know what I'm saying? How to spend time with them. Some of the people will argue that they'll say, well, Urban, don't he have visitation rights? Yeah, they do visitation right through the Office of Attorney General, but a lot of women don't even follow that visitation order, and that it does take too much time to go back into the court system and file for emotional consent. I mean, your consent against that woman. You know what I'm saying? That right. It does take too much time, too much money to do that. So the dude be like, man, look, forget it. I ain't be doing all that. So. But then also, people would say this, they're like, it don't matter. It don't matter at all. It don't matter. At the end of the day, you should always fight for your children, period. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it be situations too where you be dealing with that mess for so long, right? Where it have to come to a choice of you dealing with your sanity or fighting the losing battle. Me, personally, I believe that, you know, you should want to deal with your sanity. You know what I'm saying? You should deal with what's been presented to you. And there's a lot of situations be what it is. Then when that child become older, then you deal with that child while they're older. You know what I mean? So you have to kind of strategize behind that.
Very good. Very good. Go ahead, Lionel. What you got on?
He said everything I would have said.
Absolutely. Preach. Urban cooking, y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Joe, it is. Joe DR, it is, man. The children are the true victims in this situation. That goes for both parents. You know what I'm saying? Because both parents decided to lay up with each other and procreate this child, no matter how the way it happened. I don't care. I don't care if he was drunk right one night like I was at the club and you got drunk and nut up in that woman. It don't matter. You're just as much guilty as the woman because y'all both decided to do that, man. You know, so y'all have to be held. The parents have to be held accountable for that, and of course, the children they are the victims in this, based on how the way the parents are moving in that situation. Now, there some parents that situation end up happening, and they end up getting together and take care of their responsibility. They may not be married, but they'll co-parent together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or some women, they'll do this. They'll take responsibility. Right? They're like, you know what? Hey, we had a great, phenomenal night. This, my bad. We both did an oopsie, and they decide to take a plan B or get an abortion. You know.
Very good. Lionel, go ahead, bro.
I'm just thinking.
Okay, well, while you cooking, be sure you show us what you cooking up in that phenomenal brain of yours. And I got the link dropped, man. Y'all got some questions for my bro, Urban Lounge podcast. Y'all got some. I got some questions for my boy.
Hey, Dion said this in the chat. More men need to sue for their rights. But see, the thing about that is that that's easier said than done. Like I told you earlier, that it is a very, very long process to do that. All right, to sue for your rights. You know what I mean? It takes a lot. It takes a lot of time, and of course, it takes a whole lot of money as well to do that, depending on what state that you reside in. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a whole lot to do that. It takes a whole lot of energy, and you have to deal with the, you know what I'm saying, with the mom acting up. And don't let the mom have a boyfriend or another husband. By the way, that makes it even worse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so like there have been men they went out there and they literally did protests, for their children's rights. You know what I'm saying? I was one of them dudes who did that with my children. Where during my last marriage, I had to protest. I literally had to fire the attorney who I had, right? And I went and represented myself. Y'all know the story. I told y'all about this in the lounge. Yeah. But long story short, I had to fire this dude. I went and represented myself. I went into the courts and stuff, right? I went into their legal law library store, learning about their laws in Texas and stuff, right? What can I do? What can I can't do? What can I say? What I can't say? What can I protest? What I can't protest? You know what I'm saying? I found all that out, right? I went to a legal but what they call that? I forgot. But I went to that person who could draft out a motion for me. You know what I'm saying? So they drafted out a motion for me. I paid the money to get the motion done and all that stuff, right? Went to the court system by myself and represented myself. At that time, that's when me and my ex-wife, we was going at it for real. She had her family there. I didn't have none of my family there. She had her family there. She had this old toxic beta male ass simp dude there as well too. You know what I mean? And on top of that, she had other people as well there too. And I went with her representing myself. I sat up here laughing at, this fool her crazy. I was like, all right, I'm fixing to cook y'all for real. So long story short, I ended up protesting and getting a joint manager conservatorship over our children, meaning that both of us have legal right over our children. Both of us could make decisions with our children. You know what I'm saying? We don't necessarily have to talk to each other to make decisions. We can just do it. You know what I'm saying? I protest my visitation rights with them as well too, and everything. So it does. At the end of the day, if you're about that life, if you want to be there for your children, by all means doing it. But I'm just letting y'all know that it just takes a process. It is so mentally exhausting doing it. You know what I mean? But it's possible. It's very well possible.
My question is to you, bro, since you've been through the process of divorce, I've heard a lot through the years of my existence here on this earth. Whenever you're going through a divorce or you're going through child support, you're going through all of this, that the odds are stacked against the husband or ex-husband. To the point to where it is unfair and it's just practically sometimes in a lot of cases unbeatable. Do you agree with that assessment?
Once again, it does depend on your state. Certain family laws favors the woman no matter what. no matter what. The only exception to the rule is that that woman had to be mentally unfit to take care of that child, meaning that she is dealing with heavy drug use. She is, been diagnosed with some type of mental disorder as well too, to where she can't be a mother towards that child. Period. You know what I mean? There's only exception to the rule. Other than that, it's already built around that, and the reason why it's built that way is because it's like what I say on my channel. All the modern day laws is built around feminism. You know what I'm saying? The family laws, the family courts, and everything is built around feminism. It's built around the rights that women have seeked out, you know what I'm saying, so they can have a voice. You know, part of it, I understand it, you know what I'm saying, because men do need to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? But the other part of it, where it'll start getting way too deep, where you even got men who don't have nothing to do with that child being held accountable, like case in point. A woman will literally sit up here and lie to this dude the whole entire time that this is their child. They end up forcing this dude to sign the contract, which is the birth certificate, right? And this dude think it's really his child. Come to find out, he do a DNA test, and it ain't even his child at all. Period. But he get put on child support. He get put on child support because he signed that contract. He signed that birth certificate. So I believe that there are certain laws that need to be amended to, you know, where it fits certain situations, especially situations dealing with divorce. I believe that the laws have to be re-amended, you know what I'm saying, based on that circumstance, because a lot of people's circumstance, it ain't no one size fit all, you know what I mean?
Right. Very good. Go ahead, Lon.
He's right. No, he's definitely right. It's about the state. That is absolutely true, because depending on what state you're in, it's going to look impossible. And although we can sit here and be like, "Oh, I got to hold homeboy accountable." I know a story of a guy I was actually helping, and he wanted to get custody of his child, but his name wasn't on the birth certificate. Now, his name was on the birth certificate because when the girl had the baby, he was overseas for the military. But he was trying to get custody. So he asked her a simple question: "Is this baby mine?" She said, "I think so." But he was already being held accountable by the world for not doing what he was supposed to be doing as a father. But yet, now he has to get a DNA test because she thinks it's his child. And then she had to come clean. Now, again, she's been held him accountable for 5 years. And so now that he's getting the DNA test, she had to reveal, "I slept with this other guy also during the time I was with you."
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we're going to say we got to hold these guys accountable when these girls are grimy like that. They have that power. But you'll quickly hear, "Oh, well, it's not all women." But that's a reality that can happen.
Right.
But because he's in a particular state, they're going to be like, "Guess what? We're still going to hold you accountable." That ain't even my child.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But that's how it's been designed. And that's what Urban's saying. That's how it's been designed. But hey, the women are the ones benefiting off of this. Women are quote unquote saying it's unfair, but they refuse to fight for it. They're the same ones who'll be like, "Oh, it's unfair," but they don't care that it's constantly happening to all these men. And so it's like, "Oh, well, that's your fault for even talking to the female, even looking her way." Damn, I thought I was with her.
Mm-hmm.
My bad for trusting her, for loving her. But again, that's what I say. It's hard to pay attention to the BS that come out of these women's mouths when they're not the ones actually sticking up for this type of situation, because it's their women who have this bad trifling behavior.
That's why.
Go ahead. And that's why you have these guys who have these stories. That's why they tell you that the dudes that go to get those DNA tests, 30% of the time of the men who go there, they find out the child's not theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
facts. Oh no, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, cook, man.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Finish, Ron. Go ahead, bro.
Like, it's just, it is a crappy system, and I'm not going to tell any dude that it's impossible, but I can understand having to fight for years with this person, and then let's say you actually get joint custody and whatnot. Now you have to deal with the lying woman or the bitter woman, because 8 times out of 10 that woman's bitter. She feels some type of way, and now you got to deal with the attitude. You got to deal with her making threats. I'll keep this child from you. You know, I'll do all this type of crap, because that's generally that's the argument you're hearing more often than not. The women using the child as a weapon. But we're telling the father, just deal with it. Suck it up. His mental health don't matter at all, because it's all about the child. But yet child gonna be saying, hey, dad, what's wrong? What's going on?
Here's another one, familiar story that people don't talk about. There are women out there, right? They know about your parenting style. You have a certain parenting style, right? They would literally go against your own parenting style and incorporate it to their parenting style intentionally to screw up that child. And so when that child end up coming to your house again, the child end up wilding out or having this behavior issue. It's not because of you. It's not because the child had a bad day, but it's because of their mom. She decided to go against your parenting style. She said that forget what you got going on. I'm going to do the opposite of that. You know, like say for example, you're authoritarian, right? You reward your child for certain good behavior. She'll go the opposite of that. She'll just start rewarding the child all the time, regardless of good or bad behavior, just to be vindictive and spiteful. And then that child is picking up on that. So now that child is confused by his behavior, like, well, shoot, mom let me do this, or dad let me do this, you know what I'm saying? And so you be dealing with that. You have to deal with that. The next thing you know, that corrects the argument, you know what I'm saying, within that. Because at that point, when that child start getting a little bit up in age where they start, using their mind and stuff, right? They could leverage that. They could want, hey, I can just kind of manipulate this situation, move around this situation, get mom to do this for me, or I can manipulate this situation, get dad to do stuff for me, or I can manipulate and get both parents mad at each other, you know? But yeah, that happens.
I don't want no one to misconceive what I'm saying, because it does take two. The man should be held accountable, but 9 times out of 10, are we really asking what that guy is going through? What he's dealing with mentally? Those who are spiritually, y'all asking what he's dealing with through that? No, because it's all about the woman. Like, I could care less what the chat or the streets are saying. We know reality. It's about the woman. It's about the woman and the child. It's never about the guy. We don't know how much he's suffering, how much he's going through, because he's the man. All we know is, hey, it's your responsibility. You should have did this. You should have did. It's easy to say what he should have done, but it's already done now.
Yep.
Like, so it's literally, again, it's one-sided for the most part.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout out to my boy Shakuri. My boys up here cooking, man. Cooking. They are cooking. Yep. Shout out Shakuri. My little bro Shakuri in the building. Y'all go subscribe to my boy Instagram page. Very inspirational fitness guru right there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Day One Shakuri. Shout out to him. My boy's up here cooking. Y'all go some.
Hey, here's another one. Here's another scenario too, right? I kind of I mentioned about the mom having a another boyfriend or husband, whatever the case may be, right? There are situations too where that mom would literally lie to the boyfriend or whoever it is about the situation. She'll sit up here and lie and say that, yeah, he's a deadbeat father, he's doing this and that, he did X, Y, Z, right? Lie, knowing good and well that this dude is trying to reach out to his children all the time. So this dude already have this different narrative about the father. So he ended up meeting up with this dude, right? And already he having an attitude and different things like that, being disrespectful, thinking that this is the reality. So when that dude come in say like, nah, that's the reality of our, bro. I'm actually trying to be there for my children. Hear this old simple ass beta male dude. I'm the children father. You're a deadbeat. Like, what the hell? Like, you don't even know the story. Well, this is what she told me now, bro. Well, what happened was that woman set up here and struck your ego. She set up here, got on top of you and ride you and stuff, right? And told you this false story. That's what she did. And you believed it. And so now she literally set up her having this dude literally fighting the father. And there have been situations too where she had this dude fighting the father. The next thing you know, guns be in play. Next thing you know, either one of them dudes or both of them dudes is dead. Sometimes it'd be even the mother was dead too, because they done shot up everything. You know what I'm saying? All because of a lie.
Right. Hey, B Peachy. Hey, love. How you doing? Y'all go subscribe to my...
appreciate the birthday wishes. Thank y'all.
It's my boy. That's my boy's Urban birthday. Y'all go and hit up his cash out. $5. If it's $5, $10. If it's not $10, $15.
Gifts. Donation.
Your pat. How do you say? Get your PayPal. Get your cash out.
Get your Venmo. I said, get your cash out. Your Venmo. I said, get your cash out. Get your Venmo. I said, get your cash out. My brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters. My brothers and sisters.
Oh my God. Get your PayPal. Get your PayPal. Get your PayPal. Get your cash out. Get your cash. Oh my God.
Hey, DR, that is true though. I had pointed that out a long time ago by Umar. She said that he repeats 3 times. Yeah, and psychology. Damn, I forgot what they call it in psychology because I had studied that. But he do that intentionally because when you repeat it three times, it's going to go into your subconsciousness. All right.
So he does that. That's a method to his madness.
Mm-hmm.
I have some starred messages, fellas. DR says, Joe, they don't even care if it's not his child per the DNA test. He still has to pay. What do you think about these men that do that, fellas?
Well, what was the question again? Let me read it.
DR was talking to Joe, but she's saying that they don't even talk about the men. Men don't even care if it's not his child per the DNA test. He still got to pay.
Oh yeah.
What do y'all think about that?
Court order. It's court order. At that, what can they do?
Is there something? There's nothing that can't be done.
I mean, you can try to fight it, but you're still going to have to pay.
Well, there is something that he could do. He could want to petition this. He might not gonna like it, but he could petition this. He could want to petition to be to give his legal rights away. That's one thing he could do. He could petition to give his legal rights away. If he do that, then he will be no longer ordered to pay child support. But the other thing about it, that depends on the state. All right. So you have to give a legit reason why you want to give your parental rights away. All right. Some states that'd be cool with it, like, okay, whatever. Other states they want to dig really deep into the reason why you're doing it. And if they don't agree with it, that's what they're like, denied.
Denied.
Well, I got you. Giza says, at this point, I think a paternity test should be mandatory and provided at birth as part of it all. My kid's father never had to sign anything I put his name on.
Mm-hmm. So the Office of Attorney General, whenever a woman petitions for child support, that is one of the requirements is that they have to do a DNA test right then and there. You know what I'm saying? But based on what we said earlier as men, right? And this goes along with more of my other content where I said that men love unconditionally versus women love with conditions.
Yep.
Men, we automatically be trusting that woman. We really do. If we sleeping with you or we doing all this stuff, we trust that woman. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. So we're not gonna think about doing no DNA tests or anything like that. If you say the child is ours, we believe you right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Because we slept with you. You know. So that's why a lot of men be in that situation because they trust in that woman. But with that trust being violated, right, and that man finally find out that the child ain't his, then he feels some type of way, you know, because he really loved that woman. But that's to make a long story short. Once again, the Office of Attorney General, they do require for you to do a DNA test. That's only when you dealing with child support. You're trying to petition child support.
Very good. Got something you want to add on that, little bro?
No, that was it.
Okay. DR says she should have to pay that back again. She's talking about child support that's being paid by guys that the kids are not theirs. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to agree with that.
What'd you say, Derek? What'd you say?
The courts won't agree with that. They're going to look at it like that money was going to supporting the child. Why should you have to pay it back? That's exactly how they're going to look at that.
That's to clarify what Lionel said. That at the end of the day, they look at they use this terminology. They use what is in the best interest of their child. That's how they determine that. So this is the reason why, like when you go through divorce, right, the court automatically grant the mother custody over that child because they know that the mother needs a steady homestead, right? So they know that based on legal matters, right, they know that the father could very easily find a place to stay on his own because he's considered as the breadwinner. He's considered as the sole provider, right? So they automatically grant that woman the child because of the homestead, because of the custody and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Joe says whether people are married or not, when they get tests done during maternity, they should include paternity testing. What are y'all thoughts on that?
I mean, it's just not the reality.
Yeah, that's the reality. See, check this out. We're dealing with the behavior or, different women. Now, I'm not going to put this particular talking point as every woman, all right? But there are many women out there, if you ask for a DNA test right then and there, they're going to feel some type of way. They're going to feel like that you don't trust them. Even when you go through the process of birthing that child, it is legal. And they say, hey, you're required to do you're required to do a DNA test. Guess what they're going to say? Guess what's going to be their pushback? They're going to petition my body, my choice. You can't do that because that child is an extension of my body. Am I lying, gentlemen?
I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why they haven't even made it legal to do that. And the only time it is legal to do that is after when that child is born or when the parents is petitioning child support.
Correct. DR says a lot of these women are raggedy.
I've been telling y'all that.
I knew you would like that one, Lionel.
I've been telling y'all that. DR got me.
I knew you like that. Mom and dad need to shut the F up and not talk bad about the other parent. I really want to know y'all's thoughts about that.
It depends. It depends.
Okay, go ahead. Go.
Because it really depends. And in one respect, I get it because you want the child to be able to have a healthy relationship with the other parent. So I get that respect. But then in the other respect, if you're sitting here like, okay, your dad's coming to the graduation, but he don't show up. Dad's gonna teach you how to drive. He don't come through. Dad's supposed to be calling you. He never calls. Dad's supposed to be coming through with child support. He ain't helping. Dad's supposed to just take you out. He ain't doing nothing. But then when you talking to him, he like, I just overslept. Or I was hanging out with Sierra. Or, I was just neglecting my kid. I can see the mom coming out and dogging him real quick. But then the child, why shouldn't the child know that the dad don't give a crap about you? And vice versa. Why shouldn't the child not know that mom, she just stepped out? Like, why not? I got us now. Don't get me wrong, because I was helping a female. She had walked out on her family. She had 2 sons, husband. She walked out on them. She walked out to go start messing with a dude that just got out of prison. And she was gone for like a year. Then she was like, I want to be in my child's life again. However, she was a very neglectful mother. Now the dad, he was doing his best from what the story was saying, not to really say nothing about the mom. However, the mom said it was like she just needed a break. She had all these issues going on. Now she was also schizophrenic. She was an alcoholic. She had a bunch of issues going on. Dad was trying his best not to do anything. However, when she tried to fight to get custody, they totally denied her. There was nothing. And I told her point blank, you the one that walked out on your family. What you think was going to happen? You literally walked out and you didn't have a good reason. And then you're telling me, now she's telling me all the trifling stuff about the father. But when I'm actually meeting the father, this dude is nothing like what she said he was. At all. And then even when you talk to the kids, they don't know about nothing that's going on. So he left her out of it. And he made sure that the kids still be able to have that functioning relationship with mom. So I can see that side. But like I said, I can also see why a parent would flip out and just be dogging the other side.
Mm-hmm.
I respect that.
Yep. Yeah. So my perspective on this is that I agree that when it comes to holding the father accountable for bad behavior, that you need to be transparent about your child and talk to them about that. If this is legit, if it's true. You know what I'm saying? But there's always how the way you could do that with children, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you do got to do that. Now, it's different if you just sit up here just saying that, oh, this is just a bullshit dude, he this and that. That's not holding the dude accountable. That's you being up in your feelings and emotions about it instead of being real. You know what I mean? Like case in point, like with the situation with my ex-wife, right? There'll be conversations where my children they'll come in and say, "Hey, Dad, well, why did you and Mom separate? Why did you get a divorce?" And different things like that. And I tell them, I tell them the truth about it. I don't talk down about her mom. I like, hey, we was married for about 11 years. A lot of the situation that we dealt with is because we were just 2 totally different human beings, with two totally different ideologies, but at the end of the day, we just wasn't compatible for each other. But we spent the remainder of our time being together to benefit y'all. That's basically what it was, because we still loved y'all, so we just dared to be doing that. And also we was doing it because of traditional reasons as well too, but it just didn't work out. I always tell them all the time that, hey, just because me and your mom separate, that doesn't mean that your mom isn't a great woman. That doesn't mean that your mom is this bad person, because she's not. She's a good woman. It is that we didn't work out. So don't think that this is a reflection on y'all, because children would think like that too. They'll think that their parents are divorced and it's their fault. So that's why I had to let them know that, hey, none of this don't have nothing to do with y'all. This is us. What we have to do with this decision that we have to make,
Thanks. We're gonna take a commercial break. We got the lovely bestie up. It's just
Joe
Thrive and Glow with Joe. We're gonna get her thoughts after these commercials. We're gonna give her thoughts It's my boy, Urban Lounge Podcast. And Gisela, I did not say urban legend.
Man, say it been so many people that say urban legend. I was like, man, y'all can have it, man. If that's what you want to call me, fine. Forget it.
Oh my God. Urban Lounge Podcast. Y'all look. Y'all go send him a cash out. It's my boy's birthday.
Gifts, donations.
Gifts, donations. Get your cash out.
Hey, did y'all say I turned 21 yesterday? Yeah, I got to drink for the first time ever last night, and it was phenomenal.
Oh my God. I knew that you was drunk that one night. What was that? 2 weeks ago, we was on Tap In Podcast.
Hey, I was messed up.
I can tell you like, I guess you got done listening to Captain America, looking at Captain America. You say it was lit.
Man, hell, say I don't even remember all the stuff I said that night. Neither I had to go back and watch the show over again. I'm like, damn.
So that was so funny. But look here, man. I'm gonna take a commercial break, and then we're gonna get Bessie's thoughts on everything, and y'all chime in. I want to say shout out to my big sis. I know she's listening in the bushes. It's just ETV. Shout out to her. Shout out to the great T-Cat Rowe. Thank you for she hooked my boy up with the happy birthday thumbnail for my big bro Urban. Thank you so much. And so with that being said, we are going to go to commercial. to the great Roshita Taylor. Shout out to the great T-Cat. She is the reason for these great images that you are seeing right now. Go subscribe to the Commission Art team. And go subscribe to my big sis. It's just ETV. Go subscribe to your boy. You better subscribe to me, to SBK. And subscribe to everybody that's on the panel right now. My boy Lionel, it's his birthday. Go and bless his cash out. Bless his cash out. Bless his cash out. Bless his cash out for his birthday. It's his birthday week. So go bless him. Go and subscribe to my bestie, Thrive and Glow with Joe, and go subscribe to my little brother, Lionel Suggs, and the Suggs Verse. Be a part of the Suggs Verse and be a part of the Messiah Complex. Yeah. Hey,
SBK, Speak had the same reaction to the commercials that I did when I first came over.
He said commercials. What the hell?
Hey, Speak, I said the exact same thing, bro. Verbatim. I like commercial. What the hell?
I remember the first time I did that. We did that, and he came up on the show. We played our little commercials, intros, and stuff, and then Urban looked into the camera and he said, "So y'all have commercials?" He said, "So y'all have commercials?" He said, "I thought it was Wakanda up in here." Oh my God. Anyways, hey Selena, hey dear, how you doing? We got the great Joe Delaney in the chat. Joe, I want your perspective. You're in here playing with your phone and everything. We see you playing with your phone. Can you hear me? Okay, so I want your perspective on everything. The floor is now yours, ma'am. While I take a drink in my cup. Go ahead.
I was moderating. Thank you very much. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I do.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Urban. Happy birthday again. Hey, Lionel.
What's up?
Peace. Okay, so on the subject at hand, let me speak on that real quick. And this is, I'm not going to give my business away, but I do want to speak on it. So I get it, and that is, so what Gisela mentioned, these parents need to shut up and quit talking bad about each other. That sounds good. Sounds good.
I'll be right back. Y'all take over. I'll be right back.
It's great to say that, and it's very, very true, right? And speaking from experience, when you're actually married with someone and you are getting a divorce, and it's not, if you're getting a divorce and you were actually married, it's not ending in good spirits, right? If you were just procreating and you were just, living in sin, as so to speak, right? And you had this child and y'all decide to split up. Sometimes it can be mutual and it can be great and it can happen that way. I get it. When you're actually going through a divorce and it's not always on good terms, if you're getting a divorce, it probably is not. That's not something that's easy up front. Now, it is true and it's healthier for the children. Yes, I agree. Shut the hell up, right? Just like she stated. But it's something that has to be learned, has to be a healthy, something that's healthy and something that grows, okay? Because it's something that I didn't know that I needed to do, right? But it wasn't something that automatically it's easy to do, okay? And so, but yes, very, very much healthier for the children. And I'm talking about coming from a broken family also. So I'm speaking as that child, okay? Because that's what I always have spoken from the directive of a child that came from that broken situation. So I completely agree. And that's the reason I took and I went through as long as I did, not trying to break up the family. Okay. Not to speak on my situation, but yes, I completely agree. It is healthier for the children. Now, on child support and what have you, guys, it's not always about money. So when you're fighting for child support and people should pay, look, I agree. That's why I agreed with what Gisela stated. Look, while a woman is going through those maternity tests and and this is what I meant by that. When a woman is going through maternity, when she's in maternity and she's going to get these what are those things called? Sonograms, and they're checking you as you go along. You're getting testing. There are certain tests that are, if you want to pay for the extra test, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. It's on you. They give you this options, right? But there's a lot of testing that they're doing, checking on this baby while it's coming, while it's producing, while it's growing. That is when I'm saying it should be mandatory. It shouldn't be, in my opinion, it should be one of the normal tests that a woman has, in my opinion. That's why it wouldn't, it just should be a test, right? You want to know who this child belongs to. It's for the protection of the child, right? I mean, whatever. That's what I think. That's what I believe. Because when it comes down to it, speaking again from experience, okay, I don't believe it has to come down to who's going to pay for what or whatever. Because when it comes down to it, I'm the mother. And it's my responsibility if I'm going to choose that to keep this child. Because I've gone through that too, y'all know. Not all women choose to keep their child. So, whatever. But whoever's going to be responsible for this child is going to provide for that child. It shouldn't come down to, if he's going to pay for this or he's going to pay for that. I mean, bump that. It's about the children. It's about the health, mental, physical, everything on those children. I bump the adults. In my opinion, it's about the child. That's what I had to say. Thank you. I'll yield the floor.
Go ahead. Go ahead, fellas. Go ahead.
So y'all waited on me to cook her up.
You're the birthday boy.
Brother. Hey, brothers, come on now. I know it's my birthday, but damn,
it's your
man,
birthday. It's your birthday.
So Joe, let me ask you this question. How can they determine paternity when you're going through pregnancy?
What? Easy.
How can they determine paternity when you're going through your pregnancy, when you go through all your trimesters as a woman?
Easy. Just the way they test the child to see if they have Down syndrome in there. They go into the child's fetus and they can check paternity. It's easy, honey. Trust.
Yeah, because the reason why, because that to me, that sounds very uncommon to do that. Normally, they test out paternity after when the woman that had the baby. So I was kind of curious to how did they do that while you're in your trimester, when you through all your trimesters? How did they determine that? Because I never heard of that before that they could do that. Maybe they can. I don't know. I never heard that before that they can do that. While you go through your trimesters.
That child can be tested while he's inside of you. That child can be tested for any kind of testing, exactly like the test that I mentioned that is an option. If you want to pay for the extra testing, is to test if they have Down syndrome. That is one of the tests that they give you an option to do. Okay. Well, what are they doing there? They're checking that fetus. They're checking the child to see if that child what that child has. They can test paternity on the child.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, I'm saying it's not common. You're correct. I'm saying it's something that they should do. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In my opinion. It's just my opinion, but that don't mean nothing. I'm just saying.
Gotcha. All right. Because even what Giza put in the chat, that's after when the child is born, right? Or is that after when the child is born when they do this NIPP testing? Is that when the child is born, or that's prior and they swapping the mom blood and whatever they're doing?
It's probably
so no,
after.
during pregnancy. Oh, okay. So I learned something new. I'm not purposely giving you pushback on it because I legitimately didn't know that they could do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I legitimately didn't know. Because normally when these situations happen, it normally happen after when the child is born. But here's the other thing about this. This is based on your situation, right? And also this the point that the man on the panel was making. We are already entrusting that that child is ours because that woman is declaring that child is ours because we're assuming that she only slept with us. And that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. So logically speaking, no parent would automatically want to do a DNA test anyway because they feel like it's their child. I'm with you. It's my child. We don't need to be tested on that. And that goes for not only the man, but for the woman as well too. So when the state asks, or when the state asks for you to do a test, when you sit up here going through your OGBYN checkups and stuff, right? They ask for a test. Guess what that woman gonna say? She's gonna say, "Well, why are you testing me for? That ain't none of your business. I already told you who the father is, so that's not none of your business." Which that goes back to what we said earlier about the my body, my choice thing. Now, do I agree that they should do that? I mean, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? That way you could be held accountable right then and there. But a lot of women is not gonna go for that. You know what I'm saying? Because they know that this is this dude. The dude is her father, or the child father or whatever, Now the only exception to the rule is that if she's going down and she knows she's cheating, you know what I mean? And that dude kind of suspect that, then
That's why I'm saying I get it. No, it makes total sense. I completely understand. I completely agree. But I'm sorry. We're 2025. We are 2025. What DR stated, who's out here humping everyone and they don't know who it's happening. It's trash.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah,
it really is, and it's sad. But that's why I'm saying, if it's automatic, right? It's automatic, and it got here because of these women doing this and this fighting, because it happens, man. And I know from experience, once a woman comes and says, "Hey, you get papers in the mail," and you say, "Hey, this is your child, and I want child support," you get papers from the court. That is a man's right there. It opens up the right for that man to request a paternity test. Now, yes, the man has to pay it. Okay, the man usually has to pay the court fees. The man usually whatever. But again, it's still your responsibility because they're coming for your money. They're coming for your paycheck on a monthly, on however you get paid. So it's your responsibility to say, "Hey, I want a paternity test." We can't be crying and complaining anymore. Go get your responsibility and get this testing. Because if not, you got 18 years, buddy. That's all I gotta say. And I'll help with a GoFundMe if y'all need some. I'm just saying.
Lionel, what you got on?
Yeah, y'all go. Yeah, y'all go ahead real quick. I'm reading about this test real quick. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lionel. What you got, bro?
I mean, I got nothing to counter.
You better cover it up with them street women. I'm just saying.
I will say that even though we're talking about the age that we're in, we also have to look at the reality. And while Joe might be a representation of that mother who wants to give her child that quality education, that's not a representation of a lot of parents. A lot of them are in that blank. A lot of these kids are in a blank slate, and they're learning from all the wrong resources. So by the time they get to, let's say, a Joe mentality, they've already made 100 negative mistakes.
Okay, Lionel, I want you to explain to the chat and everybody listening in your perspective, what is Joe's mentality? Listening to her, what is Joe's mentality? I want you to be honest, like only you can be honest, and I want you to tell everybody what is Joe's mentality, and is it rational? Go.
Joe's mentality is foolish. I mean, she has a great mentality. She has a great mentality. She's no nonsense, but she's huge on accountability as well. You did the deed. You got to be held accountable for it. But you also have the resources. There's too many resources for you to be making excuses, for you to be sitting here making mistakes. She's not saying it, but she has a very you have to be perfect approach to a lot of things. So but it's not what she's saying though. No. Again,
do you think it's feasible? Do you think it's feasible?
No. It's absolutely, yeah. Now I'm saying it my way. Trust me, she's gonna say it a different way. But if I had a group of children and I wanted a military-esque teacher, I'd get Joe. Because that's how she comes off. Real strong. And that's great. I expect great things from her children because of how she comes off. However,
I'm not the soft parent. I'll tell you that. Yeah, you're right.
But when you're looking at, go ahead.
And I can really concur to that. She's really not a soft parent, bro.
And that's what I mean by it.
Yeah.
She reminds me of my mom. And I would hate for them to be in the same room together talking to me. You have a situation now where you don't have a lot of parents that are no nonsense like her. A lot of that gentle parenting thing is just spreading. So I'm gonna let my child have the excuses. It's spreading. They're making mistakes. I'm not gonna hold them accountable. It's spreading. And the reality of that is, you can just talk to teachers. Line up 10 million teachers right now. Watch them all say the same thing. That's what they see in the classrooms. These parents are just letting their kids run over them. So this is the reality of what's happening today, but us sitting here saying we're at a particular time and this is what we should be doing, but the reality is a lot of these kids don't have no guidance. A lot of these kids ain't moving with critical thinking skills. The mere fact that as an educator, talking to educators, what's the number one thing a lot of these parents be saying? I didn't have to do math like this when I was in school. I didn't have to, do word problems like this when I was in school. Why is the schooling so hard? Hence why, across the board, what did they do to the SAT? They dialed it backwards to make it easier for the kids. They're killing critical thinking skills because they don't want the kids to be using that. Because the parents have spent the last 10 years complaining about it. So they're not even looking at what we're talking about and being like, oh, that's just rational. To them, hey, it's just life.
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I wanted to mention, he probably didn't see my chat, but that means when I send you stuff and tell you, go show this to your mom, you don't show her, right? That's what I took from that. Okay,
I actually talked to my mom about you.
good. Okay, but I completely agree. But I learned a long time ago, especially with the way this world is not. I can't be that parent that said, "In my day, we did this." In my day, I've had to evolve, and that's why I said no, 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 no. And I know Bestie would never let me live it down if I said, "Oh, I've always been this way." No, I have had to grow. Okay. But I was also that parent. See, I'm gonna let y'all in a little bit. I was also that parent that when I went through a divorce, and this tells you a lot about my parenting. When I decided that I was going to go forward with the divorce, when I was given an ultimatum and I said, "Okay, let's go. I'll go ahead and go for the divorce," right? Um, when I did that, I said, I don't want anything. I want joint custody. Well, I had to ask my lawyer, in what way can I not get any child support, and I don't want to deal with the courts. I need to just move on forward, and I don't want to not have any parent in the child's life, but I don't want any child support. Okay. My lawyer fought it, but they said, well, the only way would be joint custody. Nobody has to pay. They're responsible for half when they're with them, vice versa. Okay, that's what went down. So since the beginning, since the get-go, I opted for this because I didn't want to fight. I've witnessed too many times when if the parent that's on child support is not paying, even if the woman doesn't take them to court per se, the courts do, right? And they get involved, and then the woman gets in trouble if she don't show up to court too, and it's a big fiasco. I didn't want none of that. I don't want drama. I need to go ahead and move on and try to heal from this relationship that's failed, right? And I need to heal as best as I can so I don't continue to put my child through it. Okay. So from the get-go, I had to go through that, and I had to have some time where I had to grow and learn to now be that single parent. But also, it didn't go that way. It didn't go that he got joint custody and he was always there. He wasn't. But just like y'all said, you don't need to always be. It came to a point where I ended up telling my son, you know what? I'm letting go. I'm not going to say anything bad about your dad anymore. Because yes, I did. I was going through, right? But I had to learn that, you know what? Every time he'd be with his dad babied him to this day. Probably because he feels guilty because he's not always there. He doesn't always see him. That's not my problem. But I have to raise a young man. And not a young man that is, a young man. I was trying. Yeah, he was passing by, but not a young man that I need. And he's a young black man in this world that is not being created for him. And I need to make sure to educate myself, to educate, and I have to do that. So no, I'm not soft. Yes, I'm very, very affectionate. Okay, but I'm not soft parent. And I don't think that everything is cut and dry and everything is easy and everything. No, but I teach, and I've told you this about this, Lionel. So I don't know why you're saying. I teach not by words. I teach by example, or I try, or by example is in finances, everything. I teach him by showing him, and that way he knows for a later date, right? So
that's why I said military, yeah.
Even with investing, with everything, I'm teaching him by showing him.
With you two, with you two talking. Hey, Riley, what's going on? With you talking, I want the birthday boy, the birthday man up here. I want your perspective on what's been said so far.
Yeah. I was waiting too, man. I was waiting.
It's your day, bro.
I'm a humble birthday boy. You know what I'm saying? I want to spread a little to everybody.
Urban, mi casa, su casa. You already know that. Go ahead.
Joe, you had mentioned earlier about your child father babying his son, correct? So I just want to chime in on that. Like earlier, I had mentioned that there are different reasons why the parent would do that. One of the reasons, long story short, is to be vindictive. But here's another reason that I want to chime into, and I want you to understand this too. Another reason is because women will tell their children that they're visiting their father, and they call them a babysitter or a weekend father. You know what I'm saying? So they'll use that. I'm not saying you, but women will use that language to give to that child as though this child is just a temporary father. I mean, that the father's a temporary, you know what I'm saying? The father's temporary to the child, you know what I'm saying? And that child start believing that, you know what I mean? And so also, on the other hand of the situations, that the father understands that he only got a certain amount of time to be with his child. So guess what he do? He feel like that he's obligated to pour out as much to that child as possible, whether it's him spoiling that child, taking them to Chuck E. Cheese, Six Flags, whatever, buying them J's, whatever. He do that because he know he only have a short period of time to spend with that child. So that's why he do what he do. It's not necessarily the baby employee that he just trying to get as much time out of him as possible. So when that child get older, right, that child's not going to resent him. You know what I'm saying? Say that he's not, he haven't been involved in my life. He didn't buy me nothing. He wasn't here for these certain events and different things like that. That does give you a different perspective on it.
I don't agree with that perspective. I think she's doing what she needs to do.
And I don't agree with you neither.
I'm just saying. I got to give her that one. I think she's doing what she needs to do. That dude failed. So she had to step in and make sure she raising a son that's going to succeed.
Mm-hmm. So what is it you don't agree with?
That entire thesis, man. But I get the point. Don't get me wrong. I get the point. And again, that is a different perspective. But that's why I said she's coming in and doing what she has to do to make sure her son is succeeding. Because it damn sure don't sound like dude is trying to make sure his son's succeeding.
You sure? Because like I say, I'm only just assuming. All right, I'm not saying that this is her exact reality of what she's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? I'm only assuming in general that this is one of the main reasons why dudes do that. You know what I'm saying? Towards their child, they want to pour out all that energy and time to them because in other words, they're trying to prove to this child that they are the father. You know what I'm saying? They want to be there to take care of them. Now, also with the point about you and Joe, I never said I disagree with that at all. Period. I never did.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's all good. So,
but I want to. Can I change the subject a little bit? I want to ask a question for Urban. That's the reason I came up, actually.
Oh, fine, Joe. Fine.
I tried asking someone else to give you the question, but I was told to ask it to you, so I went ahead and came up. I want to ask.
Go ahead and ask. That's the birthday boy. He's willing to ask.
Right, DR. Real quick, I want to chime in. That's why DR is right. Okay, because I did mention that I opted and made my lawyer give joint custody, so they have. That's what I mentioned. So there's option of exactly joint. Like when we started out, it started out pretty. You know, he was at my house 1 week, he was at his house 1 week, and it was up. You know. And so you don't pay nothing when he's at your house. You pay for everything while he's with you, and vice versa. It started out real pretty. So that's what joint custody is, by the way. They are. It's not the standard visitation where it's a month in the summertime and it's every other weekend. No. Joint custody is you split your time. Split half and half. And that's why nobody pays for nothing, because when he's with me, it's my responsibility to pay for everything. when he's with him, it's his responsibility to pay for everything. That's what joint custody is. That's what I opted for. Started out pretty. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, but I'm not here to, nothing, and I, that's all. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
What the hell? What's the question?
I was gonna say that.
I was listening. I'm like, man, I know she's gonna ask the question. I know it's coming.
But I have to change the subject.
I gotta go on mute.
Go mute. But I have to change the subject to ask the question. I just wanted to chime in on what DR mentioned because it's true. Why don't they have the time, equal time for the child? They do in my case, like I mentioned. Anyway, let me change the subject. Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest real quick. Shut up, Selena. Okay, look. I'm gonna be honest, Urban. Many times since I got to know you and I've been on these chats, I'm a supporter first. So many times, and my bestie knows in the back, on the back end, I'm always like, is he really married? I really question this, and I'm just being honest. I'm gonna be transparent because I'll tell you if I talked about you, I'll tell you I talked about you. Okay, because y'all already know. So if I haven't told you, I haven't said nothing about you that you need to know. But anyway, look. Okay. So I've asked many times, is he really married? Okay, I know you are now. So that's why I know you are. Okay, I know now. But I've asked many times. So since you are married, because I can vouch he's married, guys. He's really married, poor girl. But anyway, look. Since you are married,
wait a minute, not poor girl, damn.
Since you are married, why just Jay? Okay, since you are married, why are you such a hater on women?
Wait, what?
He just cussed. He muted himself and cussed, y'all. He said, WTF, I'm not going to cuss. But anyway, mira, why are you such a hater to us women? Why do you have such, really? Wait, what was my actual question, Bessie? Why are you so against women and you are married? That's my question. He likes to be controversial. I agree. You love to be controversial. But boy, you're really a hater on some women.
No, he's not.
Man, what the hell?
He loves women.
For the late great Kevin Samuel, we can't make this shit up at all. God
not
damn.
At all. I'm very honest.
All he does is talk about how much he loves women.
You lie. Give me a clip where he speaks on he loves women. You are lying. I listen to this man, whether I'm watches or not. He gets some watch out.
Okay, let's
go. All right,
so
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
All right, let's dive deep into this so I can understand you. Right. So, what a part of my message that you believe that I don't like women, or I'm hard on women, or I hate women, or however way you put it?
You're always controversial, and you're always putting women in a place where they would be very upset by the things that you say, whether it be a big back, whether it be a woman that doesn't like the word submissive, whether it be a woman that you always talk about, okay, and then you'll mention she's not equal to me. She's, just everything you say, you're controversial, and you're trying to make a woman pissed off by the things that you say. because of the way you say it. Because there's not many things that I disagree with you. I'll be honest with you now. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't disagree, but the way you say things about women, I'm like, where is she? I want to know where Miss Urban is. I really want to know. Where is she? Because, oh my God. Okay, that's all.
Oh, man.
From her.
You know? Huh?
Hey, I told people on the show all the time that me and my wife, we talk all the time.
Half of those ideas come from her.
It do. A lot of stuff that we talk about, it comes from her. It literally do. We just be having a random conversation that we talk about. You're like, and she the one who mentioned, like, you know what, babe, that'll probably be a good topic that you need to talk about. Look cool though. Like, you know what, you're right. So blame all the controversy, all the BS on Mrs. Urban. No, I ain't gonna do it like that. It's all me. It's all me though. I ain't lie. But she do be contributing to like the talking points and stuff on the cool though. Did she though? But to answer your question, man, the reason why a lot of women disagree with how the way I put it is because a lot of women see themselves in the things that I talk about, and they don't want to hold themselves accountable for the behavior. You know what I'm saying? That does wars boil down to. Same as that thing when I be talking about the dudes. I talk about the be quite honest with you. I go way harder on the dudes than
Way
the
hard.
women. You know what I'm saying? Way harder. But even then, when the certain type of dudes have pushback on it, right? It's because they see themselves based on what I'm saying. And they know it's true, but
Mhm.
their pride and ego, they want to push back on it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, you know? So all of this, it deals with what I was talking about, tone policing as well too. And a lot of people believe that you should tone police, you should speak a certain type of way.
Speak like
At
a
this
minute.
time, at this time in age, I believe that you need to be just real and upfront with people to let them know about that bullshit, period. It is what it is. You can't be soft with people no more, especially in this modern generation. You cannot be soft with them because
Okay.
you be soft with them, they're not going to get the message. That's what it boils down to.
Well, that's how I am.
And so, yeah, I don't hate women. I love women. I'm married, you know what I'm saying? I'm happily married and everything, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy my wife. I speak highly of my wife every single
Yeah,
time.
you hyping her up.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was,
yeah.
I thought he was just beef. I thought he was lying. I'm just being honest. I've questioned it many weeks. I did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's where it boils down to. The reason why women disagree with it because they see a lot of what I'm saying in themselves, and I challenge that in them. And my whole intentions behind that is, it's a twofold thing. Of course, it's YouTube. I got to entertain people. That's the first part. The second part of it, I legitimately want to hold people accountable so they could change. But sometimes people don't hear it in that way, how the way I put it. That same thing, like with the great Kevin Samuels, the late great Kevin Samuels, even with Tommy Sotomayor, he say certain things he said I don't agree with, certain things he say I agree with. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, when he said, people may get upset about it, right? But they be thinking about it. They're like, you know what? Even though I may not agree with it, it's true. There are women there out there that does these type of behaviors for real. It is what it is. Now, another pushback that I get is that many young women out there, they like to put themselves in the same category of the same type of women that I talk about. And I always tell people all the time that I'm talking about a certain type of women, unless it's a certain type of show that I'm talking about all women, that I'll let you know that I'll talk about all women on this situation. But majority of the time, I'm talking about a certain type of woman who want to behave this certain type of way. But women like to insert themselves and say that, well, I'm not like that. Of course you're not like that, duh. If you're not like that, then I'm not talking about you. Shut up. I'm talking about the women I'm talking about. And stop defending them too. Because it's crazy that the same type of women, they'll say that, that ain't me. I don't understand why you're talking about women like that, but that ain't me. That's not my reality. Okay, if it's not your reality, it's not your reality. Period. It is what it is. Let me click on the ones who is. Then another thing too is that they'll literally say that, but they won't hold the same women accountable based on what I'm saying. They'll come together, even when they know it's wrong. They'll still come together and say, "You're a woman hater, you're misogynistic, and everything," knowing good and well everything I'm saying is correct, and they agree with it. But they'll band together with the sisterhood, also knowing good and well that the sisterhood don't even like each other. That's what's crazy. And that's why I'm talking about the whole chaos part about women in general. So, yeah.
I will say this in Urban's defense. The majority of, and I can challenge you, go subscribe to my boy Urban Lounge podcast. Everything that this man says on his platform, I guarantee you that the majority of women will agree with what he's saying. It is just how he says it that is like, ugh, you know what I mean? But in this day and age, you're going to have to be raw and uncut. You know what I mean? You're going to have to be raw and uncut, and you're going to have no chaser. You're just going to have to come out and say what you want, what you believe. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the women, and I observe his chat. You know what I'm saying? I observe what he says. A lot of women just troll. You know what I mean? Just troll just to be, you know, just to keep the chat interesting and so forth and so on. But what he is saying, I think a lot of traditional women that are in the chat that I can attest to, a lot of you women I know personally, I talk to behind the scenes, you guys believe what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, the delivery might not be exactly how you would put things, you know what I mean? But you agree with 99.9% of the things that he's talking about. You know what I mean? You just don't like the way he delivers the message, you know what I'm saying? But the message is very much true. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, look here. Are you going to slap the shit out of the mailman for giving you $1,000 electric bill when you don't really deserve that? You know, it doesn't have anything to do with the electric bill. You know what I mean? He's just delivering the message. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Go ahead, Irvin.
Hey, bro. These ladies want me to be like TD Jakes, bro. They want me to give an inspirational message every single time, man, in a nice way and everything, bro. Man, even TD Jakes, even him being a pastor, man, he give, you know, certain type of message that be uplifting. Then at the same time, he'll come back and give you what you need to hear for real. Because sometimes y'all be cutting the hell up, and he doesn't need to check y'all. So that's how it is with me at the lounge. There'd be times where, you know, I'll be kind of chilling and soft and gentle and just give it to you, but with a little sprinkle of a cocktail or whatever, just to make you feel good. Then there'll be other times I'm gonna just give you, like you said, with the straight chaser. You're gonna take this shot today. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, that's all part of me being a man and me being a leader. You know what I'm saying? Because I do care. If I didn't care, I wouldn't talk about this at all, period. You know what I'm saying? But I do care about the well-being of everybody, including women. I just want women to be held accountable and just do better so they can have a good, successful relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Facts speak.
That's where it boils down to it. And so, like, I'm also the recipient of being part of, you know, relationships in the past where it was a successful because of the very things that I talk about all the time. You know what I'm saying? So another part of it is strictly dealing with my anecdotal experience. You know what I'm saying? So I look at my anecdotal experience and I apply it to everyday life and give it to you to that way, because I don't want you to go through the same thing that I don't went through. A matter of fact, it probably not only other men, but it probably other women that's going through the same exact thing too. And they just needed to hear it the way they need to hear it, you know?
Facts. Facts speak. You know, he says they want the message served with milk and cookies. My Bernie Mac voice. You know what I mean? That's exactly, you know, you can't deliver a real message and deliver it on a silver platter like it's all good. You know what I mean? Reality is It's just that you got to deliver reality the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Go
Man,
ahead.
that goes back to y'all talking about, or Lionel talking about, I'm a military parent. I've got to deliver it the way it is, especially in 2025. This ain't no punk time we are living in. So don't be calling me no militant mother. Thank you, Lionel.
Well, Lionel, I will say this, Lionel, to the panel, to Urban. I one time heard her talking to her son in real time, y'all. I felt bad. I felt bad. I was like, golly. There's one interest. I was here at my house. They were visiting. And I heard some rumbling, and I heard her saying, get your ass up. Pick this shit up. Just like that. You know what I mean? Pick this shit up. Get your ass up. Blah, 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 blah. You see this? And I was like, wow. So I pulled her to the side. I'm like, man, you was talking to him pretty rough. She's like, I'm raising a man. You know what I mean? And her son is about 6'2", 300 pounds. He ain't nobody to run up on. You know what I mean? Now he respects me. I look at him as a son. He respects me or whatever. He has tremendous respect for me. Good kid. But he's 6'2", 6'3", 300 pounds. He should be on somebody's offensive line. You know what I mean? He ain't no punk. So she's sitting there talking to him like that. And I'm like, man, you kind of rough on that dude. She's like, I'm raising a man. Excuse me, but I'm raising a man. And I had to think about that. And I'm like, I respect that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I respect that. You know what I mean? And dude is Urban. If you ever seen this dude or whatever, he looks like a somebody that we should hire for our Dallas Cowboys. You know what I mean? He ain't no punk. He ain't nobody that you would run up on. You would think he's an adult. You know what I mean? He's strong as all get out. He ain't stronger than me, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying he's a man's man, but he's a young man. But here's a little lady that's 6'6", you know what I'm saying, talking to a dude that's 6'3", 6'2.5", or whatever, talking to him like that.
I'm not 6 foot.
Yeah, 6 foot.
I'm
2,
5'3".
Yeah, and he's
5.
5'3", 5'3", and talking to a 6'3" dude, whatever. You know what I mean? That's crazy to me.
Joe, he's saying that's how you come off, like you 6'6". That's your aura.
Okay,
Right.
but this is what I want to say. But we're in someone else's house. I need you to understand that you need to be, you need to clean your area. You need to be respectful to someone else's, place. And so I'm teaching him, because one day you're going to have your own place, and I don't want you to be trashy, and I don't want you to go to people's place where I'm not there. When you go visit someone and I'm not there to watch you or to tell you to pick up after yourself. I need you to remember your mama hollering at you and telling you to pick up after yourself. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he did anything wrong. I just need you to understand that when I'm not around to watch you, you need to remember my voice. That's all I'm saying.
So what's the difference between what you do with your son? The difference between me doing on my platform, women.
Good question.
Who you training?
The women,
These women.
and men.
You just pissing them off. You ain't training nobody.
You pissing your son off when you tell him. He be getting mad. Oh, mom, you don't be wanting to hear that, but guess what? He'll eventually do it, right?
Yep. When I'm not around, he's gonna remember my voice. That's all I'm saying. I'm not always gonna be there, telling you what to do.
Exactly. My point exactly. I'm not gonna always be around on YouTube to tell you, but at least it's documented that I done said something about it. You know what I'm saying? So it's your choice to do it. But if you keep on keep on in this direction that I'm telling you, guess what? It's going to stick to you. It's going to stick to your subconscious mind, and you're going to be thinking about it. Like, oh, look, maybe what Urban is saying, there's some validity in this. Maybe I need to shape up and do this differently. Right?
I promise you that ain't happening. You just pissing them off. But you're getting some watch hours though. You're getting some watch hours. Mm-hmm. But hold on. But I'm not saying, all I was saying, I didn't say he mentioned something about misogynistic. No, I wouldn't say that. I just questioned, is this man even married? But I found out you are. That's all. So I had that question.
So even there, Joe, what if I wasn't married? What difference does it make?
It would be understandable. You're just a hating man. You know what? There's women. Listen, there's women who are not healed, and my bestie gets a lot of those, right? You know, they're not healed. They're jumping from one man to another. They don't stop in between. They just, they're just like bouncing one to one, and they think a man. I know. Sorry, they think a man's supposed to heal them. That's wrong. Then there's men who are hating, who are very, very haters, and they just, they go by their experiences, right? And they speak on their experience, and they just be, they just so you've got those type of people who are just not healed, right? So it would be understandable, and I would say, oh, he's just an unhealed man. So it would be very understanding to me. That's what that would matter. That it would tell a lot about you. That's what it is. Oh, by the way, I never mind. I won't tell you that. But yeah, that's what it is.
Interesting. So in other words, whenever a man is talking like this, right, automatically it's assumed that he's unhealed. So let's say that the man is healed and he's still talking this way. How you feel about that?
He's not healed.
Dang.
How's he not? How's he not?
He's not because here it is. You're gonna talk about what you're not healed on. Okay? So just like my sister, yes, my sister E will tell you. She'll say, you need to stop, and this is totally different subject. I know, E. However, if you're always, it's a crutch. If you're using a crutch in your life and putting a blame on someone else and not just moving forward and taking responsibility for yourself, and the only person you can control is you, and you're putting blame on anything else in your life without moving forward, then you've got some healing to do in any part of your life that you need to do. But quit trying to blame someone else for whatever you're going through. Don't blame no man. Don't blame no woman. Don't blame no parent. It ain't nobody. You're an adult now. Move forward in your healed self. And until you can do that, you ain't completely healed.
Interesting. So check this out. So you E and SBK, y'all on y'all fitness journey, correct? And so through your fitness journey, y'all share content about people about that they need to be held accountable for their certain weight, and they need to be healthy. So would this be in the same category as you doing the same as that thing within your content, where you holding people accountable about their weight loss journey, and also you share your experience about your weight loss journey? Could it be safe to say that you're not healed from that too, because you're putting out that content?
No, and this is why. Because the content that I put out, the content that I put out is not the same as theirs. However, we have that type of lifestyle in hold on, I'm gonna get there now. And this is something I literally told my sister recently. What you see in my content is about a positive, healthy lifestyle. Okay, my content, when you see me losing weight, that is me healing from the outside. But I had to go in on the inside and heal first. But what you see, what you visualize see, is the healing part of me. That's the only time that I started healing at 30 years old. And that's why I'm out here trying to share, because I wish people would start to heal sooner than I did. Okay. So, yes, what you see on the outside, what you see is healing in my lifestyle change that I had to make. It's not about a diet, it's not about anything, but it's a mental healing, it's a spiritual healing, it's a physical healing. And that's what it's about. So what you see, yes, that's witness of the healing, but the healing came from inside.
Yeah, but based on what you just said a few moments ago, right? If I'm looking from the outside in, I don't see none of that. I just see a broken person that is talking about something. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore you hating on me because I'm overweight.
No, not at all.
Right?
I'm not hating on you. No, I'm trying to inspire you and telling you what I went through in my content. Okay. I'm telling you what I went through. If you can relate to me, if you've been 525 pounds, if you've been 300 pounds, I've been through it all, right? I've been through the whole process. So I'm not hating on you for being anything. I'm just telling you what I've been through. I got there for a reason.
Isn't that okay? Is it that not the whole concept of my content and what I put out there? I'm literally telling people that I done been through everything that y'all talking about right now. I done been through different type of women who have this different type of behavior. I done been through married, I done been divorced, I done been remarried again and everything. And so therefore I'm considered as being healed, like you say, right? So therefore I'm qualified enough to tell you that this is what's going on. Now, once again, that's based on people perception about it. Some people will look at it as though it's hated, but it's not. Other people look at it as motivation.
Yup. Preach.
Right.
But it's the delivery, just like DR said, it's the delivery.
The delivery only affects people who it deals with. You know what I'm saying? That type of person who's there, they don't want to change or they feel guilty about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're gonna have pushback on it.
Right.
Just about your fitness journey. People will have pushback on it because they're guilty of it and they don't want to self accountability. So they want to play the victim.
I get some of those too, y'all. In my comments. Oh, that's why I mention all the time. People think that having weight loss surgery was an easy way out, and it was easy. If it was easy, people wouldn't gain weight back. So no. But yes, anybody that I get it. I agree with you there. If it grinds you in the wrong way, then it's going to affect you. Now, it didn't affect me. I just wondered if you were even married. I questioned if you were married.
But then, like I say, even if I wasn't married, that doesn't disqualify me. You know what I'm saying? Because the same, I still have an anecdotal experience, and I'm still qualified enough to talk about it.
True.
Right.
I didn't say you were not.
I don't have to be licensed or be a life coach to talk about my everyday experiences.
True. You're
like
correct.
everybody else.
You wouldn't be, because a life coach couldn't come across like you. They wouldn't get no money.
What the hell? So you literally want these dudes to be like Derek Jackson. This dude literally is a fraudulent life coach. He tells women what they want to hear every single day. Lie to them, and women gravitate towards that instead of holding them accountable.
I agree. I know I don't listen to him. I don't like him. You're right.
Hey, speak you true. Hey, that's facts. That's the reason why she truly asked that question to be on the cool. She want to find out if I'm married now, because if I wasn't married, she gonna say, yeah, he's gay, just like Kevin Samuels.
Yeah,
but I'm married, and not only I'm married, I'm happily married.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I'm very qualified to talk about this. So here's another thing too. I'm throwing this out here to you, Joe. Do you listen to Steve Harvey, right? Steve Harvey pretty much in a way kind of do similar stuff that I do, but the only difference that I'm just way more controversial than him. You know what I'm saying? But he kind of do similar stuff as well. You know what I'm saying? He give you different advice that you want to hear. Then he'll go around and give you some stuff that women don't want to hear, but it be the truth. You know what I'm saying? So this dude here, he's been married, divorced, and married again. I think he probably gonna get divorced again. I don't know, but yet it's still, women don't challenge Steve Harvey on that. Women don't say your tone is incorrect when he says certain thing, right? So I'm wondering why women don't say that about Steve Harvey when he be talking about that, right? But yet it's still when they deal with a person like me, right, who literally in the trenches, who literally deal with this, and I come at it strongly. Oh, no, you're either gay or you're not happy. You know, crazy stuff.
I will say this before you answer, Joe. I will say this. When my mom was here, God bless the dead, when my mom was here and listened to Steve Harvey, she did not like Steve Harvey because she felt like, I'm be honest with you, in the great words of the great urban lounge podcast, he felt like he was a simp. You know what I mean? She felt like, even my mom, God bless the dead, looking down on me right now, she felt like he was the world's worst simp. You know what I mean? He spoke a lot of stuff or whatever, but didn't live by it. I'm just saying what she said. Margaret said this, not SBK. Margaret said this. She could not stand Steve Harvey. And a lot of ladies that I talk to in real time cannot stand Steve Harvey because they feel like he's a hypocrite. But go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
I can't answer that. I don't listen to the man. I watch him. My dad watched him on the game show as a game show host, but that's it. So I can't answer that. I don't know why they don't question that man. Maybe because he has money and you don't. You know, that's the only thing I can see. I'm not saying you don't have money. Hold on. I apologize. But, you know, the kind of money he has, that's what I'm trying to say. Don't look at me, Lionel.
Hey, this is a good debate, by the way, man. Hey, I'm enjoying this one. I enjoy the pushback. But go
I
ahead.
don't have a problem with hypocrites, by the way.
You don't have a problem?
No, not at all. My mom always taught me you either on time or you late. She told me to be on time at all times for everything. Punctuality is important. She was late to everything.
Well,
He was always late.
Well, late is one thing, but being somebody that you can tell, look, it's something about a female that looks through a man and can tell whether a man is a man and not. You know what I mean? And my mom was old-fashioned. Everything you're saying right now, everything the old-fashioned values that Urban is talking about, my mom would be like, he's right about that. But you got somebody like Steve Harvey that sits out here and talks all this crap about dating a woman and dating and trying to find a woman and so forth and so on, and you found your woman literally on the basis of being a simp, you know what I mean? I ain't listening to that nigga either, you know what I mean? And this is before that it came out that he was a simp. My mom said it's something about him, and my mom, my mom was like, it's something about this fool here that I do not like. And after she passed away, all this stuff came out about how he found his current wife. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, that's the reason why mama didn't like this fool. You know what I mean? This dude is a bona fide simp. But go ahead. I go on mute.
I've just been taught a lot of examples and understood that even though the people were telling me certain things, just because their lifestyle doesn't reflect it, doesn't mean they weren't giving good advice. I've literally had a prostitute that couldn't manage her money teach me about filing taxes. Just because she stuck with her money, literally too, didn't mean that what she's saying wasn't correct. Because I found out from other people she was legit. I have numerous examples of taking advice and growing from people who literally weren't preaching what they were doing. I don't have a problem with hypocrites as long as the advice they're giving is legit and it can do something to better me.
Yeah, it's just that, you know, I understand what you're saying about a hypocrite. If the advice that you're giving is true and it comes out to be legit and, you know, you can live by it and you have results about it, I agree with it. But the messenger of that if you're not living by that, and you, like for example, relationships, this dude, it's facts that his relationships and everything that entails in relationships, he has no right to talk about relationships, in my opinion, because he is the definition of a simp. You know what I mean? He's Steve Harvey. When you look up the word Steve Harvey in Wikipedia, it's going to have capital S, capital I, capital M, capital N, capital P, simp at the end of the at the end of the Wikipedia definition. You know what I mean? So I agree with what you're saying, Lionel. But this dude here, he is a bona fide simp, and he is everything. When Urban pushes his thing, Beta, what's your face's name? Steve Harvey's name should come up on his screen. That's all I got to say.
Here's another thing I want to share with you, Joe. It's a reason why I always reference my wife as part of a talking point. The reason why is because I want to be that example. If I'm telling people about these certain situations, I want to be the example of it too. You know what I'm saying? Just like what these gentlemen are talking about being a hypocrite. It'd be very hypocritical for me saying all this stuff, but I'm not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not holding my own self accountable about that. So that's part of what I do. I hold myself accountable by mentioning, you know what I'm saying, mentioning about my wife, mentioning about our relationship. I even hold myself accountable about my past relationship experiences as well too. I literally do. I literally tell people like, hey, the situation that happened, hey, it was a two-part fault. It was not only her fault, but it was actually my fault. And I'll be transparent about that. You know what I'm saying? For the simple fact that I want people to see me on that level as being a leader and leading, you know what I'm saying, in that area. Therefore, it will qualify me to talk about the situation that I talk about all the time. And once again, a lot of stuff I talk about, right, it is very taboo, meaning that a lot of men be thinking about it, right, but they don't say it because they be afraid to say something about it. You know what I'm saying? They be afraid of the consequences behind it. But me, on the other hand, I'm not afraid to talk about it. And you want to know why I'm not afraid to talk about it? It's because of my wife. Because I talk about it with my wife all the time. And we be having conversations about this all the time. So she literally gave me that freedom to express myself how the way I express myself. Now, it be times that she'll disagree with me. It happens because we're human. But at the end of the day, she still give me that freedom to express myself. And she even encouraged me like, hey, you probably need to talk about this on your show. She do it all the time. You're like, yeah, you need to talk about this on your show. I'm like, hey, you know they're going to trigger women. She like, I know. But talk about it. Because people need to hear it, you know?
I think that's really healthy because that's kind of like, it's kind of what people do when they have healthy conversations, and it's like, hey, let's take it to a live and talk about this stuff because it's stuff we talk about all the time, and it's something that other people should hear and hear the discussions you have, because it's healthy, dialogue, right? It's healthy dialogue other people could learn from, because I'll tell you, that is something that you mentioned I wanted to touch on. That's something that comes with growth. When you can talk about an ex, a previous marital mate that you used to have, and not talk bad about them, that is the first thing most people do nowadays. And it takes growth, and it takes a person to get to a place of healing, back to healing, where you're not blaming that person. It's not one person. It takes two to tango, and it takes two to break something. It's always, because even like in my case, and I can speak on it because I had to grow to that point where I'm no longer blaming one person, and I could sit here and tell you 1,000 different things of what they did to break the marriage, but hey, I chose the person in the first place. I saw the red flags and I still went there. So I can't blame that person. That's why I'm not going to sit here and just badmouth completely or whatever, because it takes growth to be able to speak on the healing of a previous relationship. But that's something that a lot of people don't do. That's something that a lot of people are not at, right? At all. So it's good. It's good
I, I
conversation.
want one thing that I wish that my wife do is that she'll actually come on the actual platform and speak. But the reason why she don't is because she's just not built for this at all. She's not built for content creation, social media, none of that. You know what I'm saying? She'd rather stay behind the scenes at all times. So I respect that about her. That's the reason why, even when I be out of stuff, I don't put her on camera because she's not built for that. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be on camera. She don't want to be do none of that and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But the things that we talk about all the time, man, I'm telling you, it literally do be thought provoking for real, And then just like I keep reiterating, she'll literally be like, "Hey, give it the green light. Yeah, you need to go and talk about this because people need to hear this. Even if they don't agree with it, you need to talk about it. Even if she don't agree with it, she's like, yeah, you need to talk about this. I want to hear what your audience got to say about this. And so,
let me correct something that Lionel, you are correct. It doesn't take two to break something. You are correct. Gisela, he's right. It doesn't take two to break something, but you were in it in the first place. And you both had this relationship together. So there's no one-sided, in my opinion, again, that's to each his own. If you can't move on until you let go of the chains that are holding you down, period. So until you can get to that place and realize you got to that place in the first place, even when you saw red flags, even when it started, even, you let it go on or whatever, right? You are still responsible for you. I am responsible for me. I can't control nothing else but myself and my reaction and everything I do. I can only control me. So if someone is being unhealthy with me and breaking something, then I gotta control me, right? And so I didn't mean that. No, it doesn't take two to break. They broke it, but I still have some responsibility in what happens next, or in whatever my relationship is, right? And whatever I do with that. That's all I mean. I still have to take accountability for me, period. That's all I'm saying. My opinion.
The part that the women talk about on DR saying she's more of the director. Yeah, she is the one director of the platform. She's the silent director for real. You know what I'm saying? She contributes a lot to the platform. Y'all just don't know it because I don't mention it by that time, but she do. She literally do. As she do. She do a whole lot of things silently that y'all just don't know about. And I respect her for that. So yeah.
Shout out to Miss Urban. Shout out to Miss Urban.
Shout out to Mrs. Urban. Getting me drunk as hell last night and violated me afterwards, but shout out to her.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all go and contribute to my bro's Cash App. It's his birthday. Cash App.
Donations, gifts.
What'd you say? What's up?
Is he going to tell us how old he turned? Is it the big 50?
I ain't asking that.
He already told you.
I'm asking.
Yeah, 81.
Yeah, he already told you.
Wow.
Man, I look good for 81. Why you hating, Joe? I look good for 81.
Mm-hmm.
Look here, I'm going to, anybody else want to come up, y'all can. But I'm going to give a couple more commercials, and then we're going to end this thing. We're going 3 hours, man.
What? Whoa, hold up. We already dealt with one commercial. Now if it's get another one?
No, just two more. Just two.
Hey,
it better be commercials about Shug verse.
Hey, you know what, Lionel? You need to come up with some commercials, or we need to get PCAT to hook you up with some commercials.
Are they creating me one? Is one in the process?
You know what, Lionel? I tell you what. on me. I want T-Cat to do your commercial. And
Okay.
get behind the scenes. This is on me. All right, for real. It's on me. I'm gonna contact T-Cat is listening right now. I'm listening in. Shout out to T-Cat. I want a commercial to promote your page and promote your website. So we're gonna get that done. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And that's on me. That's on me for real. That's on me. I'll pay for that. You know what I'm saying? So we need to get you situated on that. So we're gonna go two commercials, but I got the link pinned. And before we end this thing, anybody else want to come up and salute my bro DJ Urban Lounge Podcast? Y'all go and bless his Cash App and everything in between, all right? And then we're gonna come back after these two commercial breaks, and then we're gonna end this thing, all right? So here we go. All right, we are back or whatever.
Real quick, bro. DR, she said this in the chat. She said, whatever you go through should catapult you to the next level because of experience, wisdom, and knowledge. Now I can rock with her on that. The reason why is because when I went through my experience of being married for all the years, then I went through my divorce, right? I had learned a lot about myself that I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? One of the biggest things that I learned about myself is that I had a type of women that I was going after. Let's hold ourselves accountable on that because each and every last one of us have a certain type that we go after. I learned that my type wasn't beneficial to me at all, period. You know what I mean? So I learned that, and I had to reinvent myself. I had to reinvent myself to such a way where now I know exactly the type of woman that I was seeking for when I finally started putting myself out there to be dateable again. You know what I'm saying? But before that, it took a lot of work. It took a lot of work within myself. It took a lot of work of me holding myself accountable. Even though it's Sean, I was one of the men who went through counseling as well, too, therapy or counseling, but it wasn't because of, nothing like mental issues or anything like that. It was because I was trying to figure out a lot about myself that maybe another person could see what I'm not seeing, you know what I'm saying? So I went through that process of doing that, everything, you know what I'm saying? I reinvented myself on, spiritually and everything, to be the person that I'm at right now today. So yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. That you got to go through that. the things that you go through is for growth. If you're not learning from the experience, if you're not learning from it, if you're not growing from it, then all you're going to do is recycle it all over again into the next relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be a cycle. You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, man. Yeah, I really do. And so therefore, that's why, I'm qualified to talk about the stuff that I talk about, because I done been through it. I done held myself accountable, everything. And I done healed from all that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about it in the place of hurt or anything. I'm talking about it because I want people to experience the fact that I experienced through my growth. Because I actually had people to help me through that. You know, say whether it's through therapy or whatever, I have people to help me through that. But however, there are people out there, they don't have that type of support, and all they have is social media, and so they run into my channel, and just so happen everybody just helping them, even though they may not agree with it, but it's helping them.
I want to ask you this before we start wrapping things up, and then after you answer this, Urban. And y'all can chime in, Lionel and Bestie. Shout out to you, CKJ. Shout out to you, bro. What I want to ask you, Urban, is what advice can you give to married couples? What advice can you give to folks seeking to wanting to be married? Because you've been married. You have a good wife. I just want to know what your thoughts on marriage and what advice you can give to those who are not married, looking for marriage, so forth, so on. And I just want your input on that.
Yeah, good question. The first thing is that you got to really dig deep in yourself to see if you are built for marriage. That's the biggest thing, because there are a lot of people who seek to be married, right? But they're not built to be married, meaning that sometimes in life, it is good for you just to stay single for the rest of your life, because that is how the way your life is built. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's your personality or your upbringing, whatever the case may be. If that be the case, then don't seek to be married, because if you are, you're going to literally either ruin that man's life or you're going to ruin that woman's life as well too. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's say that you are built for this, right? The advice that I could give you is that vetting is very, very important. It is. Vetting starts off communication, effective communication, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So right off the rip, you have to vet that person out. You have to see where their mind is at. Do they have the same type of worldview beliefs as you do? Do y'all have opposite beliefs? You have to vet out their upbringing as well too, where they came from. That they come from a two-parent household, single-parent household. Was they like good? You have to even vet out, this for both men and women. Have they ever been molested before or whatever, or raped before? You have to ask questions about that so you can understand where that person is at, where their mind is at. You know what I'm saying? You have to ask them about religion as well too. Where their beliefs is about religion. Do they believe in religion at all? Or will you be able to work together with different religious beliefs? You know what I'm saying? So you have to ask all these different questions, financial questions as well too. Ask all these type of questions in the beginning while y'all in your quote unquote courtship phase. You know what I mean? And then the next part of that is while you're doing that, you develop a friendship. Now, many women do not like to develop a friendship. The reason why is because they know that they end up releasing their feelings and emotions towards friendships. You know what I'm saying? So many women, not all of them, but many women don't like doing that. They rather just skip that and deal with the friendship part later. You know what I mean? So it's important for you to establish that friendship with that person that's potential to you. Have fun with each other. Talk to each other about anything. And I mean anything. Even if y'all disagree with one another, you should be able to talk to each other about anything, period. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't see where each other mind is at. You develop that. Then once you develop all this stuff, what I mean, then that's when your relationship becomes successful. Then if you want to be legally married, then by all means, become legally married. If you want to become a law married, if that's what you want to do, become a law married. Don't matter, because that's your relationship. Oh, last but not least, and the most important part is this: Absolutely do not have other people in your relationship, because that will ruin your relationship. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the pastor, the bishop, your mom, your dad, your sister, your best friend, whoever it is. Absolutely do not have people part of your relationship. Do not do it, because they're going to give you some advice that's going to sabotage your relationship. Y'all only know how the way the dynamic of your relationship works. But what tends to happen is that people try to compare and contrast their relationships and try to say that their relationships is more beneficial than your current relationship. And then they ain't no sabotaging that. And they say that, well, you need to be the same exact way. And most of the time they they be on the verge of getting a divorce, or they be single as hell. You know what I'm saying? Or gay as hell, near here, there, but but yeah, that's advice I can give you about all that.
Very good, very good, very good. What you got to add there, Lionel?
My grandpa would say everything he said is full of crap. Make sure she's pretty and she got a big booty. That's what grandpa would tell me. Just saying. That's what the old men generally say.
He ain't lying. It's true.
That is true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Joe, what you got?
I have nothing on it. I respect his, his advice and everything. That's great. But what Lionel said, we ain't in the same day and age as your grandpa was. So again, we can't go by what past experiences were. You know what I mean? I mean, in their day, maybe that was okay. Because in their day, the women, accepted mostly anything. So, there you go. We're a different day and age.
I got you. All right. Okay. So we're going to go down the line before we end this thing. Lionel, what you got going on, bro? First of all, I want to say subscribe to each and every one that's on this panel right now. My little bro, Lionel Suggs, is trust me, he is much needed, especially today with our young people. He is much needed to be promoted right now. I am very proud of this dude. He might look at me like, man, I am very proud of this dude.
No, I appreciate you.
And I'm very much proud of him.
He's very young.
What you say now, Joe?
Huh? He claims he's not young, but he's very young.
Yeah, he's very young. He's a pup, you know what I mean? But I'm very much proud of him, man. And he is going to be great. And I see greatness in him, as Urban pointed out. Urban spoke it, you know what I mean? He has a lot of potential, and I'm going to do the best I can to promote this young man and to promote him to be where he needs to be. And I'm going to do everything I can to do that. And so everybody on this panel, anybody that I rock with, man, if I see potential in you, I'm going to promote you. You know what I'm saying? And so I rock with each and every one of everybody on this panel. If I rock with you, if I promote you on my post, you know what I mean? I see greatness in you. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, going to Lionel, what you got going on, bro? Before we end this, what you got on everything?
Right now, I'm working on this chronochasm cosmology, and I've actually sent y'all links on it, but I'm working on getting some of the realms animated right now, and certain concepts that I'm doing with my immemorial elements. If I explained it to y'all, I do not think y'all would understand it right now, but it's a lot of work that's going on into it. And the chronochasm storyline is the main storyline right now, at least until the summer, August. And I'm also working on getting just the first little short of my anime in the works. There will be no voiceovers at this moment, but that's also something else I'm working on. So that's what I have going on. You can follow me at www.airtothestars.com to see more.
And y'all heard the website for Thrive and Glow with Joe has posted it in the chat. Please go and support my little bro. Y'all go and support him. Go and support him. Go and support him. Please. And to the birthday man of the hour. Look here, man. If you have not blessed my bro and his cash out, PayPal.
Food stamps. God damn it! A lot of y'all that got y'all income taxes. So y'all know who y'all are. Y'all got y'all income taxes now.
You know
it's
what
middle of
time
March.
it is. You know what time it is. Hey man, Urban.
No, they took my money.
Urban, I appreciate you coming on, man. It is an honor to have you on here, and there's a reason why I had you on here. I want people to understand that we can do content without BS. We can do content without all the fugazi stuff or whatever, and you are a true content creator. I want people to be inspired by us, by you, by everybody that's on the panel, to put out true content and be true to themselves, and to put out content that can inspire people, to help motivate people. You are one of those guys that I look to. I'm a new content creator. I'm not even a year I've been into it, but you, Selena's in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Other content creators has been out. You know what I mean? That I look to, and I really aspire to get on that level. And you put out some great content. So you guys go support my boy, Urban Lounge Podcast. What you got going on, bro? Floor is yours.
Man, first of all, bro, hey, I appreciate this show a whole lot, man. You just don't know, man. This is like the icing of the cake for my own birthday celebration, man. I appreciate it a whole lot, man. I really do. I really do. I appreciate everyone who supported me, giving me, donations, gifts. You know what I mean? I appreciate that a whole lot, man. I really do. I really do. The reason why is because even the work I do with my channel, man, even though, I may monetize with my channel, sometimes, you don't necessarily see what you're reaping. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that a lot. You know what I'm saying? But by SBK doing this, and by y'all showing your continuous support, even if you don't agree with me, whatever, I appreciate that a whole lot, man. It motivates me to continue to do what I do. You know what I mean? To put out this great content. And so with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Now I got other content that's going to be planned for this week. Make sure you sub up to the channel as well too. I love for y'all to be a part of the lounge, man, where we be having thought-provoking content over there. Then also, I'll bless y'all as a DJ as well too, where we play some great music, because I know I got a lot of old head in the building, so I'll be playing all the 80s, 90s, and 2000 music to your soul desire. So make sure y'all come and be a part of the lounge, man, because we were doing some phenomenal things out there. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not gonna tell y'all the stuff that I got coming up, man. I'm keep that in surprise for y'all. All right, so y'all got to sub up. All right. Get your notification set when I go live.
There you go. There you have it. My bro, CKJ, it all begins with respect for your partner and or wife. Now, I see you all as we is no longer about me. Absolutely correct. Yeah, man. Hey, man, this has been a phenomenal panel. Again, I want you guys to go and sub up to my boy, DJ Urban, the Urban Lounge Podcast. Sub up to Lionel Suggs and the Suggs First, Thrive and Glow with Joe. It's just ETV. Sub up to T-Cat. You know what I mean? And, of course, sub up to your boy SBK to this channel. don't forget to hit the like button as you came up. You know what I'm saying? If you like this content, you know what I mean? This is what we're going to be doing. Look, no hating over here, man. Oh, go sub up to Selena. Great live that you had. Go sub up to her. You know what I mean? Look, man. On this side, there's no haters, man. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody's channel to do what it do. You know what I mean? And so that's what it is over here. There's no beef. There's no strife. There's no alternate motives over here. You know what I'm saying? It's all love over here. We can agree to disagree over here, but then we just keep it fun. You know what I mean? And I feel like that we have the best platforms to do that on this side over here. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk about everything, anything, and everything under the sun, and still be respectful. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about y'all in the chat and on the panel here, but always beefing with people and all that extra nonsense. Man, that's for the birds, man. I gotta, my psyche has got to be clear of all of that. You know what I mean? So, but y'all go subscribe to your boys SBK. I think that I'm going to start doing this every Sunday night around this time, 7:45. I've been instructed by the folks that are around me to keep being consistent. So I think I'm going to start doing that. We have a podcast, myself, SBK, and it's just ETV called Tap In Podcast every Friday night at 8 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time, and 9 p.m. Eastern every Friday night. We bring the heat. We talk about real issues. We talk about love. We talk about drama. We talk about all of it. You know what I mean? We keep our panels open. You know what I mean? So y'all go subscribe to the Tap In Podcast every Friday night at 8 p.m.
Hey, y'all, please be consistent, man, because I don't want to be having to go live every single day, man. Look here. Y'all, you going live on Sunday? That means I don't have to go live on Sunday, man. I could chill. Hey, y'all go live on Friday? I could chill. I could chill and listen to y'all live. Hey, we holding you accountable as well, too, Samola. What happened to our show Thursday, bro? What happened to our show? We was waiting on something, bro. What happened? Unless I missed it. Did I miss it? Or what? We hold you accountable. So I'll be happy to go live, man. Because if y'all don't show up, then I'm gonna have to go live and do it, man. I'll have to go live on your behalf.
I love it. Hey, I'm asking all of y'all, all of the people that are in my circle, Urban, my little bro Lionel, of course Joe, anybody that I rock with, y'all hold me accountable, man. Where's your content? You know what I mean? I try to put out something either in shorts or I'll go live every Sunday here, but I try to be consistent. But you have to have a team around you that's gonna hold you accountable. I like what Lionel did to you. He's like, F that. I don't care if you're sick or not, Urban. You need to go. you need to go live.
And that boy had me feeling so bad, man. I went to just put out some shorts. I like, God damn, let me just do some shorts, bro. So he could leave me alone.
I saw. I was like, man, F that. You sick? You need to still put out some content. Man, I love it. But I love it. But yeah, man, I have some. Look, man, I have some content coming out. I want another all-man panel. I want a mixture of men and women panel so we can talk about real issues. I'll be reaching out to some of you guys that's in the chat, some of our followers, so just keep it up. We got some exciting things. 2025, as my boy Urban Lounge podcast says, is the year of accountability. You know what I mean? Keep people around you that are going to hold you accountable and make you better. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I have these gentlemen on the panel and ladies that I rock with that will hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? So we got to have those type of people. So, man, this has been a great live. I want to say shout out to all my moderators. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all tune in, man. Keep your post notifications on, man. Me, I think I'm gonna start going live every Sunday night around 7:45. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start going live every Sunday night 7:45. If I go live anytime after that, you know, just keep your post notifications on. You know what I mean? And we're going to do that. All right. So some more Gorilla. We're holding you accountable, bro. Holding you accountable. You dig? You dig? You dig? You dig? You dig? So, before I end, you guys want to say something before I end this thing? Urban, Lionel, y'all got anything?
That's the birthday boy day.
It's the birthday boy day. I know. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
But we're gonna end the show on this. Well, first of all, I appreciate the dialogue / debate I had with Joe. You know what I'm saying? It was great, phenomenal. You know what I mean? And the second thing I would say this, so we can end it. We holding y'all women accountable for y'all bullshit, all right? So don't be mad. Don't get all up in your feelings. We hold y'all accountable.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Oh,
and I'm waiting on DR to pull up to the lounge as well, too. I hold you accountable as well, too, DR. When you gonna pull up to the lounge?
Wait a minute.
Pull up to the lounge.
No, we gotta find her first, remember?
Oh my God.
I didn't forget.
Oh my goodness. Of course, women are going to always hold us accountable. So that's off top. Women are going to find us men accountable, hold us accountable, and find us accountable for any and everything. So that's all. That's it is what it is. Anyway, hey man, I want to shout out to my boy Urban Lounge Podcast. Happy birthday, bro. I hope I made your day. I hope that everything is going well with you, bro. I want to say thank you to my little bro, Lionel Suggs. Thank you to the bestie. Thank you all for gracing the page. And so with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, your boy, SBK, will end this live stream. Love, peace, and nappiness to everybody. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. Have a great Monday. And I am gone.